'Cause the
power you're supplying,
it's electrifying. You better
shape up, boop, 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 'cause I need a man.
And my heart is set on you.
We should really go with friend instead of man.
Okay, just gonna open
I
up
just
the
wanted to
video
have a nice
thing.
evening playing an RPG. That's all I wanted.
Well, you're asking too much, Rik. You're
that's the
asking
tea.
way too much.
And
What's the tea? Now tell me what's the tea?
The tea is Indian spice chai.
Ooh.
That's
Sounds
my
lovely.
tea, anyway.
Oh,
I
you're drinking
love
from those
it.
cups.
Yes, I have mine at home.
We bought cups at BonsaiCon, and they're the most adorable
Mm.
things ever.
even Ola got one.
It's so cute.
And I have one too.
Oh,
Even though it's only like I have one
it's-
class, that's Warlock,
there we go.
and
Mhm.
that's the game we play the least.
All right. Well, anyway, we're live now. So welcome to episode 25 of the Kestrels. This episode is called The Hounds of Brandel. And as you can see, we have a new setup today. We're trying something new. Hopefully the audio will be better and just everything will be easier all around. So we'll see how this works out. Announcements. We just had live shows at BonsaiCon and Spill Expo recently. And that was a lot of fun. We learned a lot of stuff and hopefully we'll get to do more live shows in the future. We really hope to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And we have sent the hoodie to our winner Among Foxes and Wolves all the way to Australia. So hopefully she'll be getting it soon. So send us pictures once you get it because we want to see you in your awesome hoodie.
Yes, and we want to prove to anyone that we actually deliver our prizes, not just bragging about it.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sorry, who said that we don't?
No one.
Would you just be
We're just being
prepared?
preemptive, yeah.
Just being prepared.
I want a bloody hoodie. Bloody
Yeah.
hoodie.
Yes, I want
that
one too.
should be a new merchandise thing. A
Bloody-
bloody
yeah.
hoodie.
Yes, we
We
have.
got
we
arterial
have
spray and bloody hoodie.
arterial.
Yeah. Right. We're continuing to update things on our webpage. There are still a few things remaining before it's completely up to date, but we're working on it. But now our D&D section has got some info on it at least, so that's something.
We've got down there words on the D&D section,
Yeah.
basically. If you click on like, you'll have things to read, if you can read. Like,
Okay. Yes, that's a good thing.
So
Insult
that
our
happened.
viewers.
Rick, one thing. You know the golem rules you sent me to play this golem?
Yes.
You should totally put that up on the webpage.
I will. I wanted to get your feedback and then kind of like colour it up a bit because there are some bits in it which were like literally me saying, let's see how this explodes. And threw it out there. So
Oh yeah, before I forget, also, those of you who watched episode 23 may recall that we had some really strange audio quality going on.
Oh, it was very strange.
So basically, I have fixed that now and put a revised version up in the playlist so that you will not have to listen to 3 hours of us and Rik sounding like that.
I thought it was quite funny because everyone sounded deeper. You know, Anita here had like a very husky jazz player voice. I sounded like Hagrid. And, ooh, Harry.
Yeah.
Should not saw that. And
It wasn't good.
Sunniva sounded like Sunniva. I don't know how she managed that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are all the announcements this time around. I think the next episode there will be more than 2 weeks between because of life reasons happening.
You can tell them.
I don't remember why.
In 2 weeks' time, I'm 36.
Oh yes, we're celebrating Rik's birthday. That's it.
I'm getting old.
He makes it sound like we're celebrating his early demise.
Yes.
But it's just his birthday.
So
It's your birthday.
It'll be 3 weeks until next time, I
To
think.
be an annoying nursing student,
Yeah.
your body starts decaying after you're 25, so...
I've already noticed, so that's not news to me.
25?
Yeah.
God, I was optimistic. That explains the increase in dust.
No, maybe.
Well, we have 6 people watching, so
So that's good.
yeah.
And hello, Mom.
So if you're here, please feel free to say hi in the chat so that we see that the chat is working. Because currently it's empty.
Yeah,
So-
tech test or a comment on the sound.
Yeah.
Yes, please
As
give us
always.
feedback on the sound and let us know that it's
Yeah, does
okay.
Ingrid sound like Tom Waits? Because she did in that episode. that we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
it was-
almost sad you fixed the sound now.
Yeah.
But
me
it was
too.
so slow.
I wish I
The thing
checked
is,
that out.
you were doing Thann.
It's still up.
Right.
It's still available. I haven't
Oh,
taken the old one
okay.
down. I just replaced it in the playlist, so you can still listen to it. It's fucked up.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, that's all the notifications and things out of the way for today. So let's just move into gameplay, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool.
We need to check the sound first, though.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not doing any gameplay until people don't hear me. That's the one. The one thing I didn't like about the last episode was that I was talking, and then someone
You
said,
had to redo
we
things.
can't hear you, Rick. And I'm like, I can't remember what I said.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Yeah, the audio is good.
Audio is
Yes.
good.
Ow.
Sounds good.
Fucking standing. Excuse my language. There's a child watching. Oh, god damn it.
Oh.
That's okay.
Harmonixer. Is that a new name?
I don't think she's been in the chat here before, but
Yeah.
we know who it is.
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, welcome.
Voila.
So yeah, so the audio is a-okay.
Awesome. The map I sent you of the house, by the way, can we put it up for everyone to see on the page? I think. Is there any
Does
space
it
for
come with
No.
subtitles?
Stacy?
No.
Not today.
Yeah.
No, we don't have subtitles. So you-
No, unfortunately, we don't have subtitles.
No, it's like 3 hours of subtitles. No one has the
No.
capacity of doing that. I don't have the map. Well, I have the map available in the messenger chat, but so I can put it up in the fan group on Facebook. So people can check it out there.
We look so tan
Yes.
in compared to these
Oh,
two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that how it looks?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm just gonna try and do this. Let me just get this correct. Is it to my left or to my right? It's my left. Okay. I was like, wait, I'm a giant. Look, I'm gonna eat you.
What?
I'll just wait 3 seconds.
You have to wait a long time.
No,
Let's see. Here
I was
it is.
gonna see if it works because I want to see it. I want to watch it. Hold on. Am I gonna? Is it working? Oh, I'm gonna get excited. I'm picking a direction.
I don't want
And
to
then-
know.
Yeah, the thing. This looks stupid.
Yeah.
Anita just looks really unimpressed.
Yes.
Last time I have a bright idea. Alright, so we return to our heroes as they were. Recently tortured and enslaved by their enemies. They managed to break out using the assistance of a mysterious golem.
Golem.
Not-
Not Gollum.
It's like, who surprised everyone by simply being, oh, who left that statue in the middle of the road? Chaos ensued and much blood was shed. Arterial blood, might say. And if I recall correctly, one person was...
Mincemeat.
Yeah. The slave owner was sent packing on his horse, wasn't he? Yeah, that was pretty brutal. So they managed to get away. They've lost all their belongings. They've been sick, starved at sea for a couple of weeks, and they've been also tortured. Although they have very
And
little.
none of them remember it except me.
And except Valeth remembers. That's why she's extra special cranky. But our heroes went east on this new mysterious island. Into a forest which had been littered by the corruption of red lyrium, which seems to be sprouting everywhere. This contamination seems to have destroyed the entire forest in this area, but after trekking on for what felt like days, they managed to make it to a cottage, which seemed to be stuck in the middle of a copse, right in the middle. This cottage, which the golem led them to, had virtually everything they needed, including a big bath, which the golem kindly took, the whole bath, to the nearest well, filled it up, and brought it back, because he's got strength for that, hasn't he, Tonje?
What?
Yeah,
I didn't
exactly.
pay attention.
Really? Wow. Okay, we're off to a good start.
She works with kids.
Mm-hmm.
It rubs off.
chatting.
It's great attention span. Anyway, picture the gigantic stone golem, carved to look like an athletic super statue, carrying a gigantic bathtub made of brass, filled with well water, going splush, 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 which is now being currently heated. Now, the last time we saw our heroes after they discovered that the cottage used to be a place where royalty from Ferelden used to hide up, namely the King Brandel the Defeated. They found that some of the clothes that were there were still in good condition. Firil found a knife behind a very worn portrait. And I believe everyone managed to almost get rested before there was a knock at the door. Oh, incidentally.
Was there a knock at the door?
There was a knock at the door at the last minute. You guys never remember the last thing in every hangout.
No.
Just as a side note, there was actually a complicated ward, which you guys noticed, invisible to normal eyes, surrounding the cottage, which seemed to stop the decay and corruption caused by the red lyrium that was infesting the local forest. Also, as another side note, Adar was the person who managed to help or recruit the golem to help rescue you guys. Adar was your boss, went missing, seems to have turned up incognito working for the baddies as Spindrift, the shaman. He's AWOL right now.
That's true.
And we don't know that though.
Well,
We know, well, Drum told us that he was working for Adar or with
Yes,
Adar.
that
So
we
that
know.
we know, but we don't know anything else really.
so if you would, just for the people who are tuning in for the first time, we'd like to do some character introductions,
Yeah.
starting with Valeth.
Yeah, okay, so hi, I play Valeth. She is an elf and a former circle mage. She has been through the ringer. She has been through a lot of shit, and she's a bit of a know-it-all, but she's kind of softened up a bit through our adventures, so she's a little bit, you know, less snarky now than she used to be.
More humble.
A little bit more humble. And if you want to know all of her backstory, you should just listen to the other episodes, because there is too much to cover in a few minutes' time.
I'm fairly certain you could do it in a rap. Just like, so,
Yeah.
this is a story of...
Valeth's life got turned upside down. Literally. No, not going
I'm
there.
going to write that now, actually. Hold on. Like to say a minute, just sit right there and I'll tell
Hi,
you.
I'm Ingrid. I play Thann, Thanjabiz, and he is a half-human, half-Kossith, or Kunari, warrior. He doesn't really know of anyone else who is a half-breed Kunari, because they don't really tend to exist. So he's like a weird abnormality, and he's grown up with that. And recently, or like relatively recently, Firil saved his life from being sacrificed to a cult. Well, he thinks they were a cult anyway. And he swore his life to her to repay the debt. And he's kind of just followed these dorks around,
Dogs.
trying to make sure that they don't die.
We are dorks.
Yeah.
They're hard to keep alive.
Lovable dorks.
So that would be meaning Valeth and Firil.
Yeah.
Because this dork have just arrived at the group, or troop, or whatever. I play a golem, white marble golem, named Drum. He is a Fade-born golem, meaning that he was basically a statue, and someone fell in love with that statue and brought a spirit into that statue. And he's been through quite a few shitty places himself, and the things that all the viewers know of him so far is that he got freed by Adar, who broke his control rod, and he basically just, you know, looks like a David statue or something, like real Greek athlete, and he's very tall. He's 2 meters tall, and yeah, he's wearing kind of like a big red cape, like, you know, just
To cover up his private
Yeah.
bits.
cover up
As
his
you do.
private bits that has been hacked off.
Poor
and a
baby.
big spear. Giant spear.
I just forgot about the private bits.
Yeah,
I
yeah, the
just-
private bits. It's like just to add flavor. It's like backstory there if anyone wants to. Ask.
No.
No. Hey, dude, why don't you have a? You don't know.
Never
No.
mind. How's the weather?
Well, my name is Sunniva. I play Firil, who is an elf. She's a rogue, and she is quite young. Has really an awful backstory, which she doesn't really talk about, and she has no feeling of consequence. So she will do things without really thinking about it.
Yeah.
No. I'm Rik. I'm the GM. I play everyone else. I just realised I need some dice and I need my notebook. They're not here.
Where are they?
I got my tea though and my fancy some. So I've got my hero mug.
Where is it? Is it behind there?
Could you do that again in a golem voice?
You know I can't do golem voice. You're the one who does the golem voice.
And there goes our GM.
Yeah.
I quit!
You'd think you'd be more prepared than this. We've been doing it for what, 2 years?
It's not like I've had 2 years worth of preparation.
No.
Well, some people would argue that.
You know, you put all my stuff behind the curtain. I want to thank you for that.
I didn't put it there, you did.
I did not.
She just put the curtain up.
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm just going to take this opportunity to get some soda and whatever.
All the shit.
Whatever.
All right, so we're pretty much ready to begin soon. Does anyone need anything else before I sit down?
No.
I need a life.
You need a life?
Isn't this life?
I don't have magic that
Is
can
this
help you
just
with that, I'm
fantasy?
Caught in the landslide.
Copyrighted contentery.
Oh my lord.
We're not playing the song. We have to sing it.
Well, I've heard otherwise.
I'd say no escape from GMing here, but
No escape from Rik. GMing.
GMing.
Game mastering.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I just want to thank you all for coming here today.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming, Float. Rabbit, 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 rabbit.
Literally the cheapest coke we could get.
Yeah.
Literally.
Are we doing this?
Maker.
Are we ready now?
Are you ready now? Rik, we're watching you.
I know what we can do while we wait.
Oh, go to hell in a handbasket. You bastards. This
This is a thing now.
Come on. Is this the move along thing?
Yes.
Move along.
Move along.
He's ready. Finally.
There is a knocking at the door. At the risk of sounding like an Edgar Allan Poe poem.
So something gently rapping on my bedroom door.
Oh, there's a knocking at the door.
Yeah.
Where were you right when this happened? Do you remember? I believe you guys were discussing the bath.
Yeah, I think I was in the bathroom or bedroom or wherever we have the tub, just preparing.
The tub was had to be outside.
But it was inside.
Yeah,
It was.
was.
he brought it back inside, didn't he?
Yeah, well,
After.
heating it up.
Yeah.
Whenever
Should we,
that happened.
Should we just for the sake of my sanity, should we say that you warmed it up and put it inside?
Yes,
Yep.
and I'll stand just by the door, like back against the door.
Outside?
No, inside.
Just ready to clothesline any predatory.
If anyone tried to open it, it swings inwards. It'll stop.
It'll hit him.
It'll hit me in the butt.
Yeah, because you have that.
Yes, I have a butt.
Where's Thann?
One should hope. Probably inside. Unless people don't want him to be.
I think.
Boo-boo.
Was it Valeth or Thann that stopped me from destroying that painting?
I was Thann.
Okay.
I was just watching you guys taking this painting down or whatever, and like, no, what are you doing? It's priceless art.
There was priceless art, and Firil wanted the shiny thing behind it. So Sunniva said, I'm going to destroy the crap out of this portrait. And then Ingrid's like, I'm going to just use my might to pick it up off the wall so she can get at it.
Yeah.
And they rolled off, and then Thann won, which meant that Firil was like, I'm going to... Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Shiny.
So the painting is still in one piece, and you found whatever shiny thing was behind it.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, just to give you a sense of space, because there's more detail to this now. You're in this cottage. This cottage has one floor, corridor, an L-shaped living room with what is essentially a park bench inside. Looks like Firil and oak because a lot of the wood on this aisle is either desiccated or it's just not the same shade.
Yeah.
So this has been imported.
I've posted a picture of the cabin on our Fateful Fumble fan page and on the Facebook page.
There's a bear skin on the floor that looks moth-eaten and it's missing its eyes. There's a bookshelf with a lot of dusty old tombs. Two rather simplistic chairs. Again, Ferelden design. Chunky, durable, and some carvings of dogs loosely put on it. The fireplace is a local construction made up of the brickwork or the cruel slate-like rocks that you found all over the place. The next few rooms are a bit more interesting. One is the kitchen with a pantry of nothing. There is nothing in there. However, I do believe... Did anyone go hunting?
No.
That's right.
We
yes.
just found a chest full of clothes.
I need them. Yeah, that was found in the bedroom, which was the final room, which has the big queen-size bed.
Where's the tub?
The tub is where you want to put it, which I would imagine is in the kitchen.
Mm.
Yeah, but incidentally, in the kitchen there is a back door leading to the back side of the cottage. Now, let's begin. The door knocks. You're caught up completely off guard. You didn't even think that there'd be anyone in the area.
I waited a few seconds. I'm out in the hallway waiting a few seconds. And I turn around. Like, who's there?
Roll listening, or roll a perception check with hearing.
Do we all roll?
If you like, yeah.
15.
15.
20!
Drink.
Yeah, we have a drinking game.
12
as well.
16, 17, 18.
Was
You're
it
loving
perception?
But
Yeah.
Perception,
With
hearing.
yeah.
Luckily, me, I just leveled that.
15.
15, yeah. So Feril's twitchy ears kick in. You hear outside.
And
Sounds like a bird.
And I, who's right next to the door, don't hear it. I'm just
Do
like...
we know anyone with a bird?
Not that I know of, no. Is
no
there a
one
window
is answering.
that we can look through, like peep and see if
There
we
are
see
wooden
something?
shutters. Glass is not a
Right.
cheap commodity.
So could I like look through like the cracks between the shutters or something?
You want to try and do it without being seen?
Yeah.
Stealth?
Yes.
Well, she's doing this in the living room. You're in the corridor. What do you
Yeah,
wanna do?
well, if no one is answering, I'm just going to open a door and stick my head out.
Cool.
7, 8, 9,
While you're
10,
doing that
11.
redundant venture,
11.
sorry, this is what happens. So, the tank of the group opens the door, sticks its stony, beautiful face out, looks around with a grinding sound of stone on stone. There's no one there. You look down. There is this crow on the floor, rather large crow. You could easily, you could be forgiven for mistaking it for a raven, as it stands. But it's a sheen black crow hopping up and down.
I pick it up.
You try. Roll for it.
What am I rolling?
That would probably be grapple.
Grapple?
Strength? Might?
I don't have grapple.
What's the problem with doing multiple systems? Let's say strength might.
Double.
18. Cool. The bird tries to fly away, but you manage to get hold of its leg. It starts doing that thing that birds do where they keep trying to fly, and it's like... Brr, brr. Eventually it calms down and just sits on your hand with its one paw in your fist. Paw, claw. And it just goes, preens itself. Roll a perception. Seeing. Oh, Mr. Dempsey, seeing is believing.
22.
22. Yeah, it's trying to point you in a particular direction, just to your left.
Okay. I look left.
It's almost comical, really. You're just focused on this crow. And then you take a look at the left-hand side of the door, and you realise humped up against the wall in a puddle of blood with, like, darkened clothes is Adar.
Oh no! Oh no!
Well, I just grab him by the foot or something and drag him inside.
Do you let go of the crow?
No.
Crow in one hand, the Dar in the other. You just
I come stumping into the living room. This is what I found.
Well, I probably heard
found
them.
some squishies.
I found stuff.
Would you mind rolling a might check for carrying a big canary? Or Cossie, sorry.
Dragging.
Literally dragging a wounded canary.
I don't think it's going to be
18.
18?
Yeah.
Yeah, you pull his ass. So you grab him by the bone, you know, just to stop his shoe from popping off or anything ridiculous like that. And you drag his sorry ass. His horned head goes thunk, thunk, thunk against the concrete. And as you're dragging him up the step, his head goes thunk, thunk, thunk. And you're dragging him in. And it leaves like this snail trail of blood as you pull him into the room. You hear him going, And then you bring him into the living room where everyone else is looking at you, probably like...
Yeah, Valeth just turns around like, what is... Adar! And then she'll just rush over and, you know...
I found this crow too. Anyone want it?
No, thank you. Adar, are you okay? What? How did you get here?
He's unconscious.
Oh no. Then she will heal him. And does he look like he has any broken bones or anything like that? Like he would need a regeneration spell?
Just because you got that spell now.
Yes. Yes. I have
use
it now. She's learned something new.
When you start questioning the morality of your healer, and she's like, could you like hurt yourself just so I can try the spell out? Oh, great. Yeah.
But is a heal enough, or will he need a regeneration spell? Basically?
He's on 0 health right now. So, give him everything you got. By the way, as a footnote here, yeah, he's got a broken ankle now.
Oh no.
And he looks like he may have got a concussion.
Fine, then he needs a regeneration spell for that to be
several
fixed.
broken ribs. Looks like a claw mark on his chest that's punctured him.
I have never
a lot of internal
cast
bleeding.
a regeneration spell before, so I'm just going to have to look it up.
Awesome. So, Valeth does the whole thing that she does.
It takes 1 hour.
When she's casting a really complicated spell, she kind of does the huma thing. What would you guys like to do?
Well, I will let go of his foot.
Well, you'll hold on to the crow.
5, 6, 7.
Yeah, well, I'm not really sure what to do
I'm
with it.
asking, if he doesn't let go of it, I will ask, would you please let go of the bird?
I let go.
Ugh, I just make the target number.
The crow hops off, flies over to where the table is and starts pecking the table. Its left leg, it's kind of limping around a bit, but it's pecking the table.
Do we have any food here? Like
You haven't found any yet.
We can eat the crow. You can eat the crow.
It's like grain and...
You said that in character?
Yeah?
Yeah, the crow's like...
I don't want to eat the
We
crow.
don't have any grain or anything?
No, probably not.
Nothing.
I've
You
lost
haven't really
everything.
spent much time looking for food.
Okay.
You were too busy trying to heal your injuries.
So
I can go look for food.
You have a nasty habit of forgetting that these things need food.
Yes. If anyone asks, I'll go look for food.
Just go into the woods and stay very still until a fox comes over and go...
Something like that.
I guess. Well, okay, so how it works is grievous wounds close and broken bones knit together as you speed up a subject's natural healing to accomplish in an hour what would normally take weeks. The subject regains 3d6 plus your magic and health and is cured of any major injuries, such as broken bones or damaged organs. Powerful as this spell is, it cannot be used to reattach severed body parts.
So
It is also unable to cure diseases or neutralize poisons, though it can counteract some symptoms and repair organ damage suffered.
short saying that Gaffy could have used that.
Yes.
Because he's pretty hurt.
Yes.
Meta.
Let's
Gaffy don't have it. Dun, dun, dun. Crack skull. Broken back. He's just 12.
19 hit points is what Adar gets back.
Yes. That's good. That's good. I'm going to just note that down here.
Takes an hour though.
Takes an hour.
And,
So while I do that, people are free to do other things.
yeah, the crow seems to be indicating something about the table.
I go over to the crow.
It just seems to hop up and down, banging its beak against the table.
Yeah, I'm like lowering my head. What you want, crow?
I probably go over as well because I'm curious.
Kind of
just like
There's this weird,
what
surreal
is
moment
this?
where it looks at you, looks at the Kosith, looks over at Adar, and then pokes the table again.
I lift the table.
Can I? Oh.
There is nothing under the table.
Can I catch the table if it's thrown?
It's left. Isn't
I'm
thrown
just
it.
lifting it.
Oh, okay.
Like
Put
what?
the table back down, maybe.
I'm just checking out on the knees. Like
Can I inspect the table?
Sure. Go on, roll for it.
maybe the crow wants us
No,
to
no,
put him
no.
up on the table.
Maybe. Just get doing this. This is like the ubiquitous GM. Oh, fuck's sake, kind of thing.
You should be
Seeing?
getting this.
Can I see him?
Yes, you can.
Yes. Then it is 14.
It's 14.
Yes.
This table has had more of an intense checkup by anyone than I have. So you scour all of the edges of this table, and underneath the table, which is a lot easier to look at thanks to this one holding it up, this table weighs a good few kilos, and he's lifting it up with one hand. Underneath there is some like hound like graffiti carved into it with a knife.
Huh. Okay. I check that out, obviously.
There's just Theron written really badly.
Theron. Okay. Nothing more.
Nothing more.
I turn to the crow. I'm kind of like, is this what you were aiming at?
Okay, cool. There's the strange sound of crackling, rustling feathers, and the distinct odor of twigs being snapped. Suddenly, there's a woman in her middle 30s with very dark hair, and I would say a dress, but it's more like the type of thing you would wear if you were going to run through a forest a lot. The clothes are essentially look like they're self-made, and currently she's looking up at you with the most dear maker in his place, put him on the table kind of look, just gesturing.
Oh.
I was
Wow.
saying that, but fine. So she
I
wasn't on top of the table?
I gently pick up Adar and put him on the table.
Yeah.
Put down the table.
Valeth doesn't seem to have noticed. She just seemed to follow you, like almost in a trance, just floating over.
I walk slowly so that she doesn't sort of...
Yeah.
She's
She
a,
doesn't
So
have
she
to
can
start
follow.
over.
yeah.
She's
Valeth,
muttering to herself.
she does like a Bethesda kind of Skyrim glitch where she just seems to float on the air. And then she switches to Dragon Age glitch where she stands on the chair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
And then there's the Witcher glitch where Triss is just going around in circles and you're supposed to follow her.
I hate that.
Or when Roach like stands vertically up with his bum in the air.
Yeah.
I love you, Roach. My little floating horse.
Yeah. Anyway. So yeah.
So, yeah, now there's no longer a crow in the room, there's a woman instead.
Yeah, I'm too busy doing the spell thing. So
Indeed.
So
Might I ask, who are you?
Yes, you can ask, but I will not be answering your question.
All right.
I will grab her throat.
No,
Roll for might.
I'm just grabbing, not squeezing.
I'm just grabbing, I'm just not squeezing. Open hand.
that's what he said.
Oof, oof, oof.
It wasn't too good.
No, I know.
16.
Yeah, she ducks underneath and then takes a roll back, so her route to the door is close. She could bolt if she wanted to. She just looks at you like a wildcat.
When that happens, Firil will just jump up
Oh,
and kind of go in between them and like, hey! No unnecessary fighting, okay?
I wasn't going to
We
fight.
don't need this.
I was just going to make her spill. One way or another.
You want me to spill my blood?
No, he probably wants
No.
you to talk.
Talk.
Fine.
Who are you? What are you doing here? And what has happened to Adar?
I'm a local. And Adar is my friend. And he was hunted.
And you're a
Okay.
mage.
Sure, one word's as good as any other.
Drum will lower his hand and go like, turn towards her. Go on one knee and say, any friend of Adar is a friend of mine. I apologize.
Arise, Sir Pebble.
He arises and steps aside to give her space.
That's his name now, Pebbles.
So you are also his friend, I gather.
He saved me, so yes.
And you? And you?
We were brought here by this golem.
Oh, so you don't know Adar?
Oh, yes, we do.
You
we
do?
know him.
They do, I don't.
But if we're friends, we don't know. After our minds and our recollection, yes. But it seems that we don't know him as well as we thought. So if we're friends from his aspect, we don't know. But from ours, yes.
Well, that's needlessly complicated.
But he is clearly a complicated person.
Well, that can be said, yes. But he needs us now.
Doing the best I can.
Oh, she leans over and just pats you on the head.
Anything you can do to help her?
Oh, no, I don't heal.
You just turn into
A
animals.
Few of the little tricks.
Luckily it weren't a
Useful.
dove.
Sometimes.
Do you have a name?
You can call me Thessaly.
Thessaly.
Hmm.
Thessaly.
Like T-H-F.
Mhm.
Thessaly or Thessaly.
Thessaly.
Okay.
My parents were odd. So this is... Huh?
Harmonixa says, gotta go, might come back if you guys still going. Good lucky.
Bye.
Thank you, and
We're
bye.
crossing our fingers. So, she looks down at her hands. Her left hand is bruised all the way up to the fingers.
What happened to you?
I had an argument with Sir Pebble.
Oh,
Technically it would be your foot. Because wings, hands, I grab your foot.
It doesn't always work like you think it should.
right. Well, as soon as I finish up healing Adar here, I could attend to your hand. Just, it will take some time.
Okay.
He's very injured.
I will do, what is it? Stone aura, so everyone around me gets healing or something, I think. Or is it-
Nice.
I will check if it's actually that. It'll do that.
There is a thing you can do where you become... You stop animating yourself with your energies and then just pour it out instead.
Yeah, I will do something like that.
Do you know anything about why we are here and why Adar is here?
Oh no, he doesn't tell me these things. I just help him get around. I know the island.
How did you guys get in contact? And when?
Well... She looks up for a second. Kind of a half smile on the face. That's kind of private. But I can tell you this. It was a lucky accident.
Question.
Yes.
This is our auto character.
Okay.
Because it says that any ally within 6 yards gains regenerate D6 in health at the start of their turn. But
Yeah, this works great in combat, but out of combat it just means everyone gets healed immediately. I haven't actually balanced that out yet. But
So should I roll something? Can you decide for me to roll something?
Yes. You can do it for let's see, turn is 6 seconds. You can do it 3 times. You can do it 3 times, but then you have to rest.
So 3 to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone gets 9.
Cool.
Hit points.
That's cool. I might actually switch that so it's less combat, more ritual. As in, you do it out of combat and it takes like an hour or something like that, so the mages don't feel like they're being, hey, I studied in a mage circle for years and that guy just got to be a statue and now he's better than me. It's not fair at all. So, yeah, the statue stands upright and then stops moving. The light of its eyes seem to move to every nook and cranny on its entire body. And there are motes of energy in the air, like the dust particles suddenly become luminescent. And every ache, everything from a stomach ache to tinnitus to a toothache, everything just becomes soothed and balmed. And this takes the equivalent of around a couple of minutes, and then it's back. Although the statue hasn't really the ability to show fatigue, you do get the sense that it's exerted itself somewhat. The light in its eyes is not as strong as it was. Also, you can't help but notice that the hand of Thessaly is less bruised. It's less swollen now. She looks at it rather impressed. Thank you very much, Sir Pebble.
He nods when he's done,
Now that we have done something for you, maybe you cannot be so mysterious and actually give us some information.
Mysterious? I'm not
Yes.
mysterious. I just don't have much else to say.
No, but you're kind of evading all the questions.
Very well. I am an evasive type, I've been told.
Yeah.
I am, as I say, a local on this island. I was living with my family, but then they died, so now it's just me. And your friend Adar here, quite a way back now, met me while I was hunting.
When?
It was a good month ago, I think.
Valeth, when did Adar?
Go missing?
Yeah.
Oh, he left quite some time ago. More than a month ago. He left before we went to Folly, I believe. So he's been gone a while. He said he had some business to attend to, and I assume this might have been part of it, maybe. Or maybe something else happened and plans changed. We would have to ask him as soon as he wakes up. So I don't know if the timeline adds up in any way, shape, or form, but she's here. She brought him to us. So until now, benefit of the doubt, yes?
I like this. He hasn't got any crystals growing out of his face, so I like the trust.
No. At least he doesn't have that. Or crystals inside of him.
Yes. Well, the crystals are new.
On the island? How new?
Half a year? They've grown very, very quickly. And the Red Knights, they don't do much to help.
No.
No. They tend to make it worse.
How long
actually.
has it been since we met the Red Templars for the first time?
Honestly? It's been about
That was
2
like
months.
episode 1.
Yeah. It's about 2 or 3 months now.
What?
Nah, that's it. I'm terrible with times.
What?
Yeah, no, it must have been at least probably 6 months or
A year.
close to a year.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
Yeah.
Wow, my God, time goes fly when you're
Because
killing
it's been Christmas and everything in the meantime.
Yeah,
And
fair enough. Really, you need to get that timeline written up.
yeah. So I would say probably close to 6 months ago. So because that would sort of. So yeah, so that sounds familiar. Ostwick seeing some of the same troubles at the moment, I believe.
Ostwick.
It's a big city in the Free Marches.
Yes. Adar mentioned it several times.
Yes, he used to be in charge of headquarters in Ostwick before he left.
Ah, so that would make you the little birdies.
The Kestrels, yes.
Sure. Birdies, kestrels. Oh, same. Speaking of which, I am going to leave.
Why? Where are you going?
Well, I'm going home.
How
Can
do
I
we
do
know
an
that you're not?
empathy check?
Sure.
How do we know that you won't talk to anyone else about us? How do we know that we can trust you to leave?
Because I don't talk to many people, and Adar was very persuasive.
17.
Is there anywhere or any way we can find you?
Well, one of the advantages of being able to turn into a bird is that I tend to be able to have a bird's eye view on things.
Before you leave, I have a question.
Oh, she was totally lying.
Yeah. Do you know a way to get off this island? And exactly where is this island? Where are we?
Oh, this is the smaller island next to Brandels Reach. I don't have a name, but the locals here call it Brandels End.
Right. How do we get off it? And how do we get back to the free marches?
Well, I've never done it myself, but I've heard that there is some boats in the End, which is the port in the southwest. That's the nearest one.
Where we came from?
I don't know, probably. It is the nearest town. And then there is another one further north that was set up by the Red Knights. Otherwise, just get a fishing boat, I guess.
She's not lying about that part, though. No. I'm gonna say, Valeth?
Yeah.
You see the way that she moves her eyes when she talks about how we get off the island?
Mm-hmm.
It means that she's telling the truth and remembering out of her brain what she actually has seen. But you remember the part when she talked about, where she was going?
Mm-hmm.
She looked the other way, which says to me she's making it up. From her imagination, she's lying.
So where are you going?
I bring your friend to you, you save his life, and now I'm getting treated like an enemy.
Well,
We have made mistakes in the past and trusted people too quickly, and it landed us here. So pardon us for maybe insulting your honor or integrity right now, but we can't afford to take any chances. So I'm asking, where are you going?
I'm going away from here. I don't like this place.
Well, neither do we.
No, I mean this house.
what's wrong with this house?
What's wrong with it? It's just, it's old and it has ghosts.
No.
Just leave.
It was like an overdramatic no.
But Firil doesn't believe in ghosts.
No.
She doesn't.
She does not.
So it's just like, no.
I've literally had a ghost trolling her for an entire season. She's like, nope,
No ghost.
no ghost, no.
There's not a ghost.
Would Valeth have sensed this already, that there are spirits or something lingering, or would you have to make a check now to
Usually you'd have to
sense
make
it?
a check if it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, the spirits you've dealt with in the past were a little bit more obvious. If there are any
Yeah.
spirits in this place, you haven't sensed them.
No.
You've only sensed the wards. Although one person's ghost is another person's memory.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, can I do a magic spirit check just to see if I sense a presence?
Yeah.
Ooh. That is, let's see, 11, 15, 21, 22, 23.
23.
Mm-hmm.
You do feel the slight ebb and flow of some fade energies beneath you
Beneath me, okay.
and around you as well. In addition, the one around you is definitely the wards that have been set up. The one beneath you is new. It's very, very faint, very subtle. You can't tell what it is, but it's not moving. It's literally just beneath you, generally.
Well, she's not wrong. There's something here. If it's ghosts, I don't know, but there's something beneath this house.
Do you know what?
No.
Can I empathy check
Yeah.
this? 17.
Difficult. You think she has some ideas, but she's not sure. There's no certainty there.
No.
She doesn't seem to care as long as she doesn't have to be here.
Yeah.
I don't. If you know what? I don't care anymore. If you want to leave, leave. I have a Adar to look after, and we've been through some things, and I'm not up for an argument right now. So, Firil, you can deal with her however you please. I'm done.
She kind of looks at you and then looks at Firil.
Well, I'm not gonna hurt you. If I was, I would have done it already. And I'm gonna shadow just to, show off. I guess.
I know some tricks too, bitch.
The second you do the whole Batman smoke pellet, she turns into a crow again and flies off going. Nope. Luckily the door was open. Otherwise it'd be like. No, she got out. She got out. It's fine.
Yeah.
You're left alone. Adar is stabilized, lying on the table. You've made him comfortable. He seems to be breathing okay. He's just not. He's still unconscious.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring a blanket from the bedroom and drape over him so he doesn't get cold or anything, and maybe put a pillow under his head. Looks probably bruised after being dragged up some stairs.
Well, it's not my fault he's bruised.
He's lucky that he's got a tough head.
I just remembered you guys probably are hungry. I'll go out to see if I can catch anything.
And then you hear Firil's stomach like. Yep.
that would be great. Drum, thank you. I need some air. She's just going to go outside and just stand
He
a while.
opens the door. If it's
Which one, the
closed.
front exit or the back?
At the back.
Cool. In the back garden, there is a garden. And it's actually not that bad. There's a whole host of elf fruit out there. I'll give you that one for free because it's basic herbs and medicines and such.
I would know.
And there's some ebrium as well, which is a bit rarer. It looks like someone's been tending to them. The floor is still damp in places.
So
There's a
people
water
have been
collector.
here recently.
Someone has been.
She'll make a note of that, and she'll make a note too. If they have the time at some point later, she'll probably gather some elf fruit and embryon just to keep for, emergency reasons. Or if they ever get back to Ostwick, she could give it to the apothecary, whatever. But right now, she just needs some time to breathe and recollect herself because regeneration is a lot of work, and she's still suffering the side effects of the torture that she is the only one who recalls.
Oh, yeah,
So she's-
PTSD.
Yeah, a little PTSD, like just innative
one
breathing.
Talk amongst yourselves.
It's probably work.
Yeah.
It happens.
Apologies. Rik has a job where he has to be available.
And now I guess that Thann and Firil are together alone in the room or something.
Yeah.
You guys can talk. Because neither me or Valeth is there.
No.
You have any questions about the dude on the table?
I have plenty of questions, but depends on what you want to tell me.
Well, you're just as important part of this group as anyone else. So, if you have any questions, we can
Who
start.
is he?
Yeah, we can start with that.
That'd be a good place to start.
He's basically our boss.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the one leading our group before Valeth took over, and he went missing. But I'm not quite sure because he works in mysterious ways. He is a mage, for one thing, and he has some kind of weird magic. I'm not really sure what it is, but it's weird. And he seems to blabber a bit when he's drunk. I'm not sure if that's actually the case, or if it is what happens, if it's like planned, if he just gives out information,
Who's that?
Huh?
Who?
Adar. Because he seems to tell some pieces of important information to certain people drunk. But I'm starting to think that it might be a reason to that. I'm not sure. Either he's really stupid or he's really smart.
He's not stupid.
No.
He's Kunari, and he's clearly not with the Kun.
No, he's not.
Where are you guys situated?
They're inside
Beside
talking to
him.
each other.
When you say he's Kunari, you hear like this dry mouth opening up, a dry cough, and then Talvashoth, asshole.
Yeah.
The the Kosith, the Kunari, if you will, that is Ram Adar, twists, groans where he's lying on the table. The table creaks under his weight, and he looks around the group with really bloodshot eyes. Seems to
The
take a
group
long
is basically just Firil and
And Thann.
Thann.
All right.
As,
I'm outside.
as that
Oh, yeah.
happens, Firil will kind of just jump up and give him a hug.
Yeah. You do that. His son. He makes this almost kitten-like.
She's gentle.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
I missed you too. That's great.
And then she hits him
Yeah.
in the shoulder, like, why did you leave? And why do you blabber when you're drunk?
I don't drink.
Maldwin told us. Lady Maldwin basically told us that you blabbered about us to her. While you were drunk, she said, in her own words, you're a bad drunk. Or was it a play from your part?
I honestly don't remember.
See, that's a sign of a drunk.
Okay, I take it back. He
And
might
she
be
hits him
stupid.
again in the shoulder.
You know that was dislocated, right?
I fixed it.
It feels great. He rotates his ass off the table and then sits in the chair, just gathering himself, checking the wounds. Valeth?
She's outside, missing Kath, I think.
Who?
Kathin?
Oh, right, yeah,
They're engaged now. Yeah, it's weird, I know.
Are you kidding me?
No,
I
why
missed
would I?
this. Ugh.
Oh, you know Ness is dead, right? Oh, sorry. And as Firil says it, she's like, oh, fuck, I can't joke about this.
No. It's too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon.
Like, no.
Ooh.
You have to know that, right? We have his son.
Wait, what?
Yeah, we have his son. He's
Well, technically not now.
No. He's back in Ostwick. I hope.
So let me get this straight. Valeth and Keth.
Yes.
Valeth, Rebel Circle Mage.
Yes.
Keth, Templar.
You do know that he joined our cause because of Valeth, right?
Yeah, but he's a Templar.
Yeah, and you didn't see the connection.
Well,
Right
no,
from the
I wasn't
get-go?
looking for it.
Neither was I. I've been, screwing up their thing ever since the start of it, but it still happened.
You heard that, right? She said that. She's been screwing up their thing from the start.
Messing around with them both, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That is what you call blackmail, okay? You gotta remember that. And when you want something from her, he has a blood debt with you, hasn't he?
Yep.
I know that look. Oh.
I saved his life, yeah.
Oh.
And I brought down a building while doing so.
Oh. Which
It
building?
was rather efficient.
Which building?
I don't remember.
It was a ruin in Ferelden.
Oh yeah, it was a ruin. An old ruin in Ferelden.
You do realize that Oh no, that wasn't you. Yeah, this is confusing. Not
What?
Doesn't matter. I just remember that somebody's knocked down the unbreachable.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Bye.
We don't know
It's
that
like
yet.
15 pages worth of vendor like stuff all thrown out the window.
It didn't collapse, did it?
Oh, totes.
Yeah.
Oh, it totes did.
All right.
Yeah, it did.
I need you to get Valeth. I need to run you through a few things before I pass out
I
again.
shout, Valeth!
She
So,
kind of like goes, yeah, I'm coming.
Adora's awake!
All right. She hurries inside, like composting herself. Like,
while she's sort of making her way in, Thann turns to Adar and kind of gauges him. So, you're the leader of this, ragtaggle group?
Or spies.
Literally the worst spies ever.
Or the best. Eh?
technically, we're agents, not spies. I would just like to have that.
I just want to have that written on the record.
Well, that is not in
Valeth
the
walks
job
in.
description that we got from Liliana when we first started this. That was spy.
There's a lot of new names right now.
Huh?
There's a lot of new names right now. Liliana?
Oh, yeah.
Who's Liliana?
The Nightingale.
Oh, she's the Nightingale.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, just, continue talking about all of the trade secrets when you're sober.
But he's in our group.
Oh, yeah, blood debt.
Just wait until the stone guy gets here. He's new.
Drum?
Yeah.
Oh, I know him.
He showed us here.
Yep. It's exactly what he's programmed to do.
Programmed?
Well, it's in his... It's what he needs to do. He needs a purpose.
But why are we here? And why are you here?
Okay.
Yes.
This is where Valeth's already here, I gather.
Yeah.
Uh,
She said, technically, we're agents.
oh, yeah. Right. Well, actually, first line. Well, first of all, Valeth,
Yes.
you've done a fine job.
Of what? Ruining everything?
Actually keeping everyone alive.
Except Ness, but who's counting? I'm just kidding!
That was a low blow.
He asked for it! I'm sorry, I can't help myself.
Well,
Shots fired, and I feel hurt.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that for you.
but she still felt it.
Oh yeah, that was like a stabbing pain in my heart, like literally. I know you didn't mean it though. It's fine.
That's what she does. She just says things. I'm sorry.
You want to twist the knife around while you're in there? No, it's fine. Anyway,
Butt stab.
I'm sorry.
Dead.
I didn't mean that.
Just when you think everyone's going to get back on track, Tonje then says something.
I don't want it to go back on track.
You're like the person who follows up on the person who's really dead and goes, "Oh, you're still alive, Stab."
well, yes, most of them have survived. I think. I mean, I don't know, but thank you. I guess.
She has been doing good. I've been there through it all.
Oh, I'm sure of it.
Yep.
The last time you saw me, I was on my way to sort out something.
Yes.
I didn't say what.
No, you did not.
I had to check a rumor. That rumor was that the Inquisition had been destroyed. Followed it right through Ferelden,
Yes.
right up to Haven. Found nothing but snow, an avalanche, and a fuck ton of Red Templars.
In Haven?
Yep,
What happened?
Isn't that where you told me the headquarters were?
it was. In any case, I spent a good week or two just avoiding contact. Next thing I know, I bump into an old friend in a bar.
I thought you said you didn't drink.
Oh, I drank a lot that night. I learned a lot of things.
Who did you meet?
Old acquaintance.
Who?
You wouldn't know her.
Okay.
One of Liliana's hands.
Oh.
Regardless, we passed notes. I informed her that the Kestrels were actually gone deep and dark, but we were still active. She hadn't even received the page.
Oh, the bloody one?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So as far as they were concerned, everyone had been taken out. The enemy, the Elder One, had apparently marched on Haven the second the Inquisitor made his move. In the ensuing conflict, everybody left, went into the wilderness, northeast, northwest, into the mountains. Haven was completely destroyed. And then I find out that they bumbled into an old fortress called Skyhold.
Where's that exactly?
Right up in the mountains, Frostback Pass.
Huh.
So the Inquisition still lives?
Oh, and how? Take your time. I'm here for you.
Oh, I was just trying to wait for the right moment, sir.
Oh.
I just...
The right moment isn't yet.
If the Inquisition still lives,
Mm-hmm.
is this knowledge for everyone or just us?
Oh, sure. Spread the word.
No, but the thing is, we encountered a person who turned into a demon bear, but that's the story for later.
What?
He said that someone in Inquisition armor had paid him to poison someone.
Lady Maldwin.
No, Lady Vorn.
Oh, yeah. Well,
It was at Lady Maldwin's party,
yes,
but
that's right.
someone in Inquisition gear had tried to do something bad.
Wouldn't take much for somebody to steal the armor and then do the deed.
I mean, we
No.
stole Templar armor once and used it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, that's true. That was a good memory. I miss Ness.
I miss him too.
Yeah. By the way, I'm missing that report.
Huh?
You never wrote an after action report.
How are we
on that.
supposed to report to you when you weren't there?
And we didn't know where you were.
There were reports. I had to write that fucking report, and it's still lying on the desk back at Equine House.
I'm sure I can read it when I get back.
You do that.
What's left of Equine House now, anyway?
Yeah.
Did you burn down another HQ?
No, we don't know. We went for a mission. We were sent by...
We were going to free someone in order to get the red blade back. The Lyrian blade, which was stolen by a guy called Bernard. And he said that he would give it back to us if we freed his loved one. It turned out to be a ruse. The Red Woman was there. There was a Red Templar was there. Keth's brother was there.
Some weird mage as well.
And then we had to surrender and we ended up here.
Some weird mage?
Yeah. I know.
Yeah, I was just like, weird.
I tried to push him off the cliff, but I couldn't do it because Bernard suddenly was there, and I don't know who is that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I know who that guy was. It was you. What were you doing?
So, funny story. After I bumped into my acquaintance, I decided to try and come back. However, coming back was not as easy as going out. My ship was destroyed by pirates on the way back, and I ended up, well, here. I bumped into Thessaly. She healed my wounds.
She said she didn't do healing.
Oh, that girl heals all right. Just not in the way that you think.
ew!
Right. Why are you screaming? I should be the one covering my ears.
What do you mean?
You're from Orlais. You played the game.
What do you mean?
I mean, why would sex bother you?
I am very confused right now.
Me too.
I'm not, and it's horrible. Anyway, I ended up on this island, and I stumbled into a rather large Venatori / Red Templar / anyone else they wanted to get involved. Operation here. So I put on an old disguise using a few bits and bobs from Thessaly's hut and basically blended in. Except first time I got into a fight, I ended up getting a bit overzealous. Next thing I know, I'm being dragged in front of the red bitch.
Huh?
There was a woman with a sword made of red lyrium.
That
Who?
would be her.
Yes.
Point 1 or point 2?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's
Probably.
several.
We killed the first one.
Yeah.
There's apparently a new one who has taken her place, and I think her name was Lady Arya.
Yes.
She's new. I'm talking about the first one.
Oh, she's dead.
Yes, we
Good.
killed
She
her.
was very
yeah.
crazy. Regardless, my disguise held. The next thing I know, I'm part of her inner circle. Spent quite a while avoiding any enhancements with red lyrium. Thankfully, Bernard helped me on that part.
Huh?
The Shade?
Yeah, but how? Who is Bernard?
He's a
Why would he
mercenary.
help you?
Because he didn't want to get red lyrium in his bloodstream either.
Mm-hmm.
When was your contract over?
My contact?
Contract.
Oh, contract.
Yeah.
Bernard.
Why?
When was it over? How long was he supposed to
Never
work
had a
with you?
contract.
So he was supposed to follow you to this island, and
Bernard?
then yeah,
No.
he's here.
Why is he here?
I don't know. He helped us escape from the. We were trapped.
Huh.
He gave me this key, and
That's rich. I guess Bernard grew a conscience.
I don't know. Do you know what this emblem is, by the way? And I
Which?
gave him the fox emblem thing from the note that was attached to the key.
In all honesty, it could be all sorts. I've heard of plenty of foxes. In relation to thieves and such, well, there's an old legend about a thief in Orlais, but it's ancient history. And to be fair, I'm not that familiar with it.
No. I mean, I have seen it before, but that is a long time ago. Very long time ago.
So I just got to point this out. One of our regular watchers, Rosemary, also known as Lutrajam, she just sent me a message saying, "I'm so sorry that I'm not watching tonight. I'm still queuing for my autographs." And then it was followed by a picture of her with Liam from Critical Role.
Oh my god!
Is pretty much apparently just doing this.
Oh no!
So-
That's great.
Hi Liam,
Hi, Liam. Not that he'll ever see this ever.
how you doing? Moonbeam.
Mhm.
Anyways, Bernard's a wild card. Don't rely on him on any factor. If you get the opportunity to take him down permanently, take it.
Well, I almost got him over on our side.
I'm
You're
sure you
the-
didn't.
Almost. And he almost kind of persuaded me, but nah.
Right. So, what happened to leave you bloodied on the doorstep of this place?
Well, obviously my disguise failed. Had to happen eventually.
Because
So
of us?
Possibly. I think I pushed too many buttons. Maybe Bernard gave me up. I don't know.
But who did that?
Not sure. Regardless, the liar, whoever it is, has sent his best men after me.
Yeah.
Managed to lose them in the forest, but that's because there are worse things in this forest than them.
Which is.
The forest, some of the trees move, and they're very angry.
Right. Well, I think I'd take my chances with the trees.
I'm a bit on the fence on that one.
I'm not
Are you have you got a bed around here?
I don't know.
through there.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Actually, you know what? I'm gonna think of it. I've been here before. He gets up, starts shuffling towards the bedroom.
I'll help him.
Yeah.
And then I'd like to gauge him again and see how was he. How does he seem to be reacting to Thann?
To Thann?
Thann is a half-breed.
I know. He hasn't shown any kind of look to you at all.
That's almost more disconcerting than anything else. Yeah, no, Thann helps him to the bedroom.
He all but collapses on the bed, almost breaking it. Was anyone near the back door of the kitchen recently? You were, weren't you? Roll a perception.
I just want to
hearing.
I just want to point one thing out. Firil has never told anyone that she is from Orlais or what she did. So how does Valeth know that?
Yeah, Valeth.
Yeah.
Meta. She doesn't know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Valeth.
Just so I don't, question it later.
What, hearing?
No,
Seeing. Okay. So that's 14, 15, 16. Yeah, 16.
16, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, you don't see anything.
No.
You're left alone.
Yeah, it's me and Firil. And the bath water is probably getting cold. So she's just gonna yell up to Thann, like, I'm going to have a bath, just so you know.
Okay.
Where's the bath placed? Was it in the kitchen?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we're still dirty.
Yeah.
Okay, so you hop in the bath.
Yeah.
Adar is asleep on his bed, resting from his injuries. This is where the stone dude comes back, I gather.
Yeah, okay. Fine. I come dragging with a holla.
No!
A holla?
No!
There should be plenty of meat.
No.
Do you know what?
I'm not Dalish, but no!
I did like just a general like 50-50 roll to see if that was even possible. But her reaction pushed it over. So yeah, we're allowing this. You bring in a dead Hala. And I'm even going to add that its tongue is like, sometimes when you shoot game, it's like... That kind of thing. And it looks like it's got this very flat forehead. You basically just... What's it called again? What? Yeah, it's just like...
No. The Hala was just running around, having a good time, and just... And then just suddenly, he just puts out his hand, and the Hala just like... And it just smashes into it.
I have rendered brain dead.
Yeah, no.
Hey,
It's
I
bad.
don't know, BTS has a song called Boy Meets Evil. Now there's a song called Hala Meets Golem. Or Hala Meets Stone.
Hala meets irresistible force and immovable object. Great.
Wow.
So, looks like meat's back on the table, boys. Who's a cook?
Not me.
I'm not eating that.
Is there actually a skill for that?
You know elves eat Hala as well, right?
Yeah. I kill Hala all the time in Inquisition because you need buckskin to make like leather armor and stuff. I kill nugs too.
Yeah.
I'd eat Hala right now if I could. They look super tasty. I'm sorry.
That's just mean.
There's bits of your soul falling off like dandruff.
No, it's fine. If it's normal to eat Hala, she'll eat the fucking Hala.
You don't need to eat the Hala.
I'm hungry.
You can eat grass
What's
if you want to.
cooking though? Is there a skill for cooking?
No.
Craft.
Craft isn't
No one
something either.
That's not a skill.
Survival.
Survival.
Which is really bonkers if you
But
think I need to roll survival
this-
checks in the kitchen. Alright.
Is there a skill called survival?
No.
There isn't.
What about...
Everyone in Dragon Age can cook, okay?
Okay, there's constitution drinking, but not cooking.
Well, I think that would be more like.
I'm going to say it's a
cunning.
basic cunning check, yes.
Yeah.
And yes, you can get a focus on it if you want to. Because there are gaps for new focuses.
I do not
Or is it
think
plural
that
as
that is
foci?
cooking.
You know,
So none of us can cook.
Yes!
Okay, I'm just trying then. We're
You're
trying
all
to-
going to die from
Cunning.
Hala poisoning.
So, it's 14 with a double.
14 with a double.
Yeah.
Are you shitting me? What was the double?
She has like great dexterity.
No, it's cunning.
She doesn't even use her knives.
14.
Yeah.
My dragon eyes 2.
Mine would have been 12.
So what are you going to make everyone with the meat that you hate so much?
We only have the meat. We don't have any other ingredients. So
We can make soup.
Fry it.
I don't care. I don't
This
eat.
is literally in character. They're all like, we should make a soup. We should fry it. You don't even eat.
No, but
no.
I've seen people cook, so it's fine.
Okay, I'm just gonna. I'm gonna roast it in the fireplace. Put it on a stick and just like roast the frickin' meat.
That's
in
gonna
the
take
fireplace.
like 6 hours.
That's what I do. That's the only thing I can think of.
I
She's
think
not roasting
that is
it
kind of
whole.
like. Would it not be a good idea to sort of chop it off?
Oh yeah.
a little
I'm
bit?
obviously
Yeah, she's not
chopping it
cooking the
off.
whole thing.
No, no,
Okay.
no.
Guys, hold on. Someone's put a hand up.
Yeah, he's actually putting his hand
I'm
up
roasting
while
it
you're
as a-
discussing. And he's
Um,
going to. Let me just figure something out here. I just start tearing it apart. The legs off.
This is a fresh kill.
Yeah, I'm tearing the
So-
legs off.
You should do that outside. You're getting
Too
blood
late.
and
There's
guts
literally blood everywhere.
everywhere.
And you probably hear a little because right behind you,
would hate this.
the ghost of DuPont appears. Oh no.
They don't know that he's dead.
Oh shit, yeah. Better. So you guys are in the kitchen with brass bathtub, and Valeth looks very unimpressed.
Don't get blood in the water. Crying out loud.
Dexterity check.
You should take this outside.
Shit, no!
You failed.
Lemma. Okay, so what was meant to be a relaxing bathtub time for Valeth is now turning into world's worst chef, and the endangered
Hell's
Howler.
Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen. Oh.
So much. So much.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So after a couple of 30 minutes of prep time, the Howler is well on its way to becoming very nicely cooked. I'm actually surprised no one decided to try and make a soup out of Valeth's bathwater. Well, that was just
We keep the bones though, because we can cook brew like broth on the bones.
Sure.
Real detailed here.
Oh,
Cool. It's true.
We can though.
So an hour later, the kitchen is smelling very tasty.
Let's eat the kitchen then.
Is literally everyone in the kitchen at this point?
Yeah,
No,
except for
I'm
Dar.
outside,
Okay.
standing guard in the garden.
So I need you to roll a perception check, and I need you to roll a perception check.
I'm outside.
You're not there.
I'm in the kitchen.
I need you to roll a perception check, and I need all you guys at home to roll a perception check.
Oh no.
13.
13. 13.
Just seeing, hearing.
Sing.
So
Okay.
nothing outside.
13.
There's a rabbit.
Pathetic. I
I'm
rolled a
standing like
double.
this in the garden.
What?
It was a double. It was also just a 10.
13.
You got a double fail. What?
13.
13.
I did get a double fail. There's 2 ones.
So how do you pull that off? So the water from the bathtub, which will always get spilled,
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
is naturally going into a drain by the cauldron that's set into the corner. There is actually what you thought was like a metal plate on the floor designed to do something. It just seemed like a very odd construction. You can hear that the water is falling, not into a wet place, but a dry place. So this isn't a sewer drain or anything, it's something else.
Right. So. Well, I mean,
Cool.
my early assumptions were right. There's something under here, and it's probably a room or something.
I start looking for a trapdoor or something.
Well, the next one you have is the... you want to start rolling for that?
I'm gonna start searching.
Is it
How
perception
big is the
roll?
drain? Could a person fit through the drain?
Yes.
18 perception.
Pathetic.
That was
Throw
pretty
away
crap.
the dice.
Rolled a double again.
Double 2.
Double 2.
What'd you get?
Maybe next time it'll be double
That-
3.
Plate, the grill, which looked like an overflow drain, is actually a trapdoor itself. It's just made of iron.
I'm just gonna pick it up then.
Yeah, it's actually locked.
Okay, then I'm gonna use
Go
Then
on.
I'm gonna find something that I can lockpick the lock with.
Cool. You did a great job with this last time. What was it?
What?
You used somebody's thumbnail or something. No, what was it you used?
I don't know.
I want to craft
Oh,
a lockpick.
Belt buckle I used.
Well, that was just a very traditional kind of cufflink, handcuffs, manacles. That was it. This you can't find a traditional keyhole. What there is a slit about yay big. About that big.
Does this trapdoor have hinges?
Yes.
Can I pull out the
pin?
pins?
No, they're actually laced into the base of the plate. Nothing to pull out.
Huh.
This has been very carefully thought through. And if it does use a key, and it does seem to, the key's a very strange shape.
Okay.
The keyhole's basically just a slit.
Can I check for traps?
You need to check for traps? Sure, roll.
I'm just getting dressed, I think. Probably.
Nobody's paying attention to you.
Now we're getting a little bit better. Thank you. That's oh yeah, it's Dex, isn't it? 14.
14, huh?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, there's no traps.
Or actually, it's searching, isn't it? So yeah, 15.
No traps.
Yeah. Good.
Is there something around here that could look like a key or something that needs to be inserted into the thing?
I don't know.
How wide is it?
It's about an inch wide, but a few millimeters thick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go wake a Dar and tell him that there's food.
Oh, there's not going to be food for another 4 hours.
Oh, I thought we were done.
Oh no, it's just starting to smell good.
Never mind.
So we're getting more hungry.
But
Yeah.
I was like pulling the animal apart so it would take shorter time to cook.
2 hours.
So like pulling out of his legs to roast it or something.
Yeah, but a whole leg is going to take a lot of time anyway. So
Yeah.
if you're roasting a leg, it'll take like 3 hours most likely.
The front
on,
legs.
on the fire.
Do you want to roll a cunning check, or actually no? Actually, that would be that'd be intelligence and law.
Research is cunning, but I'm not sure. Searching is perception.
Investigation?
Investigation, communication? Nah.
Not speaking to people.
Yeah. It would be more research, I think.
I think researching is correct.
No.
Can I roll?
Sure.
It's just a 10.
So that's 4,
No, I mean
5,
12.
6, 7, 8, 9,
Yeah.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
14, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah. There was a case in that you read about. Apparently, the crows were very fond of using their own weapons as their keys
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, I'm not.
I know, I heard you. It's just I can't manage that shit.
Yes,
exactly.
but I just
Yes.
Yes.
which this whole situation kind of reminds you of that, and you're thinking they must have kept the key nearby.
Yeah. Firil, would you try sticking that dagger you found into the slit?
Sure. Does it seem as if it fits? Does it seem the same size?
Yes.
Okay,
It fits
then
the
I will do.
slits.
Yeah, that seems logical. I'll do that.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have done it if if you see that it doesn't fit.
Well, no, obviously.
Yeah.
Cool. You stick the slender dagger into the slit in the floor. There is a sound, and suddenly the iron grate hops up a bit. You get a sudden whiff of old air.
Oh, it
Can I
worked!
open it?
Sure, seems to be unlocked now.
Yeah, I opened the thing.
Cool.
Take the dagger and open the thing. Can I check for traps or something?
Sure,
I've
roll for it.
already done it.
Oh.
There was no traps.
Is there anything like? Is it just a hole, or is there like a staircase leading down, or?
There's a ladder.
Can I listen if I hear any sounds coming
Sure.
from downstairs? 18.
18.
It's a double.
Yeah. You hear the faint sound of someone muttering.
Someone not muttering down
It's
there.
like an old man just muttering to himself. You can't make out the words, but it sounds like they're dictating.
Sounds like an old man.
Okay. Do you want to maybe do your shadow thing and investigate before we tumble down there headlessly, aimlessly?
Well, is it dark down there?
It's very dark.
Yeah, well, I won't be able to see anything if it's that dark and I can't, shadow and go around with a light. That's...
No. I
I
mean,
can go down.
I have a light orb that I can, produce. But
Should I say hello and see if the
Sure.
voice...
Sure, might as well.
Okay, then I just shout down, hello! Hello?
Is there anybody down there?
The voice stops.
Oh shit.
What?
It stopped.
Oh, okay. We mean you no harm. We were just curious who you are and what's down there. May we come down?
We have food. We come in peace.
We have food. We come in peace.
And then they just look weirdly at each other like, I don't know, sure, whatever.
That is some purely amazing first contact shit right there. What do we tell them? Tell
We
them
have food.
and we come in peace.
Fresh food.
At least we don't come in pieces.
No, that's true.
Please put
Well, the
some-
hollows in pieces.
Can
assembly
I
required.
roll a persuasion?
Sure.
Yeah. 10 plus 10. No. 10. 14, 15, 16, 17, 19.
Cool.
19.
That's what you rolled when you said that.
Yeah.
You wait a few seconds. No reply.
Someone's been tending the garden out back, so they can't be a complete monster.
Well,
Again,
is
I can
there
go
a lock
down.
on the inside of the trap door or only on the outside?
No, both sides.
Okay.
Same affair.
Okay.
I'm gonna go down there.
Are you sure?
If you go down, I'm gonna go down.
Let's all go down. Might as well.
Burning. Should
I'm
I
gonna
leave?
go down. Thann starts climbing down.
Okay, then I'm gonna follow.
I light my orb.
Zoom.
Yeah. I shadow.
Make the sound effect.
Yeah, that's the one.
You
That's
killed the
the
GM.
one.
Oh, it's just ruined all my imagination now. It's so furry and adorable. Cool. So the Kosith goes down first, just managing to get his shoulders past the gap.
I have 19 on stealth.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, I'm not bothering stealthing.
He's not a Kosith. He's half Kosith.
Sorry, Kosith. When
He's
you
also got a name.
yeah, you're not gonna last that long. I'm not gonna bother learning it.
Oh!
Well, we persuaded the dude. We have food.
Excuse me?
Well, you're going in front, so you know.
Anyway.
Thank you. The ladder's actually not that long. It's just enough for one floor's worth. So when your feet touch the ground and realise that it's slightly wet from the dripping water, you look around and the soft bluish glow from Valeth's Phalite casts a few things in the room around you. It's a small cellar of sorts, although there's lots of furniture down here. You can't make out anything in great detail, but you do see that there is a couple of chairs and there's some figures sitting by one of the tables. You
Figures
also,
in plural.
yeah. There's a couple there, and there's a torch unlit hung up against the wall.
Do they look like ghosts?
They look
See through?
no.
No.
Well, hello there. Sorry to come barging in, I guess. But, we've sort of been, using the cottage upstairs. And we kind of heard you. So there's that.
And we found a key, so technically we have not broken in. You hear
down.
somewhere in the
Darkness.
darkness.
The darkness. So you're down there, you're down there, you're down there.
Yes.
I'm outside.
You're outside.
Keeping watch.
And the door is sleeping.
Yeah, and the door is sleeping.
He needs it.
I'm Valeth. Who are you?
Are you rolling to see who it is?
It's a random name generator. My name is Anega Montoya. That was a total name. Yeah. There's a little wind that blows past from somewhere. And in front of you, you hear the fluttering of pages.
Mm-hmm. Do I see a book or something?
You hear it, but you don't see it.
Okay.
You have to get closer.
Okay.
Like I say, though,
get
there
closer.
are actually torches and lanterns lit around you.
Yeah. No, I get closer. I don't have any fire, so I can't really light any lanterns. So I just, have my wisp of light with me that hovers around my shoulder height that casts light. So I move forwards in search of the sound of the pages.
When Valeth moves forward, Thann moves along and stays in front of her to protect her.
There's as you get closer, you realize that there is 2 chairs with 2 figures sitting quite still on them. And there's a rather large table in the center of the room with lots of worn papers, statues or paperweights, and a huge tankard, all covered in cobwebs and things. And there's a big chair at the back of the room, which has a figure in it. Roll a hearing check.
16.
16?
18.
18.
With a double.
15.
On the very edges of your hearing, you hear what you could swear to be muttering, as if someone's talking from a long, long way away. Just muttering. Nothing audible. But there's something glimmering in the darkness ahead of you, reflecting the light.
Yeah. I'll just keep going
Yeah.
slowly,
Yeah.
not in a rushed way, but carefully.
Cool. You're now within a couple of feet of the figures.
Mm-hmm.
The one to the left and the right of you, both of them are the must be good 30 or 40 years dead. Moldy corpses, not much. The flesh is kind of greyed and sloughing off. The eyes are gone. The teeth are all grimacing back. One's male, one's female.
Yeah.
From what you can tell, both are still wearing what seems to be armor of some kind, a rotten fur skin, obviously for Eldon.
Is this the king? And his family?
Why are you going all Downton Abbey?
His family.
His family.
Can I
Is this
roll
the king?
like historical lore or cultural lore or something?
Sure, they haven't got that much to work with just yet.
I have
No.
cultural lore. Can I do it as well?
Sure, but you don't have that much
No,
to work
but
with yet.
I'll
No.
like their clothes. Can we? Are their clothes still hanging together, or is everything so decomposed that you couldn't be able to tell what
Well,
it
you
was?
can tell something, sure.
Sure,
Roll,
so I'll do
you want to do cultural? Go cultural.
Yeah, I know.
Go on.
Herald
Fashion
or
sense.
And
something?
I did it. I rolled a 1, 2, and a 3.
Why would you do that? It's
I don't
terrible.
know.
Two,
I know.
three.
Historical or cultural?
Cultural.
So it's just 12.
Hang on.
12.
Is the statue going to be like,
5,
you okay, Delta?
He doesn't know that we're down there.
Oh shit, he's probably going to think somebody's left this open.
It's just a 12. I
It's not
rolled
that
really
bad.
badly.
12?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same
Yeah,
as I got.
this is you've seen some of these clothes from fairs and things in certain small towns in Ferelden, where they celebrate the old days, like the liberation of Ferelden against the Orlesians. The guy's wearing like a tartan plaid mix with furs and such, interlaced with lamella style plated armor. Though the plated armor is slightly rusted here and there. It seems to be made of some very high grade steel. The other one, that's the female body. The male body seems to be that of someone who likes lighter armor. Although this one seems to be having like robes and leather breastplate with a series of daggers here, and there's a very rotten staff leaning against the chair.
So that might be a mage.
Yeah.
Might be.
I'll go closer to the mage and inspect him, you know.
I'm
From
moving
shorter
towards
distance.
the chair, the big one.
Well, the light's illuminating most of it. The chair's further back of this rather large table.
Yeah.
But you first. As you get close to the mage, the staff starts to glow. There's a crystal at the very tip of the staff, an old quartz that seems to
So
start
it's
to
white.
burn bluey white. Yeah, it illuminates the room even more. And just as you're getting to near the back, the increase in lighting casts light over a very old wizened corpse sitting at the back, its head almost falling off from its own weight. And mounted on his nose is a pair of gold rimmed glasses, just hanging very, very carefully off. It's as the gold, they seem to have stayed in good nick. That's what's reflecting. In front of him is a rather large book. As the pages are kind of almost cracking under its own weight, just flopping over. The mage's staff looks old. It definitely could do with some varnish, but it's usable.
I look at the book.
Yeah. Can you read Ferelden? Sorry, not Ferelden. It's written in a trade speak, but it's heavily dialected.
It would be just cunning, wouldn't it?
Yeah, cunning law languages.
I know trade tongue, ancient to being Elven and Arcanum.
Ooh. It's 14.
14, huh?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna send you something in the wonders of Facebook.
In the meantime, Firil will listen after more muttering, and she will follow the sound if she hears something more. Because she knows that there's someone alive down here, and she's gonna find them.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find you. I have a special set of skills.
So she has 18 on perception.
Yep.
Yeah. I know she's not gonna find anything. So.
You look the length and the breadth of the room. You find some bookcases with verses on tactical treaties, old agreements, historical ties between the Free Marches and Ferelden. There's even one interesting one, which is of titles and verses of the Grey Wardens, and that's it.
She's gonna bring that for Leclerc.
Yeah.
She's like, oh yeah, Leclerc's a Grey Warden. This is probably interesting
the
for
book's
her.
mostly rotted
Oh.
through. The moisture down here has like ruined most of these. You also find a small chest filled with roughly 82 gold.
Gold?
Shiny.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Not bad.
Is there? But no source of the voice.
There's a hole in the wall. Doesn't lead anywhere. It just seems to go to some cavity in the ground that's whistling. That might have caused it.
Oh. Yeah.
There is some, and then copy and paste.
I'm just gonna roll a magic check just to see if anything, like, if I can see if the staff is magically trapped somehow, or if the bodies are exuding magic or something.
Go for it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 13. No, 15. Yeah. No. Yeah. I think 9. Yeah, 15.
15, huh?
Yeah. on a straight magic roll. Nothing spirit, primal, or anything else.
It's not trapped.
Okay. Then I want to touch the staff and see if anything happens. And if nothing happens, I'll take it.
Your arm turns into Swiss cheese. No, nothing bad happens. You take the staff. The hand crumbles as you peel it back, and the corpse's jaw kind of goes.
With the sound effect?
Yep.
That's not creepy.
Oh, nah, no, not creepy at all. She'll kind of be a little startled as that happens and go like, oh, maker.
You hear Firil in the background dropping a book because she also gets startled, like, poof.
Something else happens as well. You hear a voice, just you. I'm going to just send this to you here.
Okay.
Oh,
It's a day of secrets.
bleeding jeebus. Come on.
Come on.
I'm trying to send it via Facebook, and Facebook keeps crashing. How powerful does our broadband have to be for you to work? Are we talking like it owns a country that powerful?
Yeah.
Can you not just? Is it just me, or did like Messenger start getting ambitious and start being more powerful? It's like you open up Facebook and it's Messenger, and it's like, would you like to look at Facebook? Click here.
No. I've had no problems, but
I hate you.
I'm just having problems with Instagram because it's not doing what I want it to do.
So lame. Super lame.
Han doesn't notice the sound because he's kind of
busy.
very engulfed in the whatever's written in the book.
You
There
hear
we
a woman's voice, strong, very confident and forceful. Someone used to a life of being physically in control. It's almost like it's from across the room, and you whip around to look at the female corpse on the other side of the table, because it sounds for a second like the voice is coming straight from there, and that's what you hear. I'll let you deal with the rest of it. By the way, while you're outside, you're upstairs, you notice that you hear a cracking of trees, and as you take a look out the window, yes you do.
I am outside.
You're outside. Yeah, there's something in the middle distance that's moving around outside in the woods. It's a bit foggy out there, so it's hard to tell. But whatever it is, it's big, and there's a faint crimson glow that seems to be just ebbing in the fog, going around. It doesn't seem to have coming towards you. It's just walking, and you can hear dry snapping of twigs and a thunk, thud, thud. Whatever this thing is, it's like 3 times taller than you, at least. And then you hear the distinct sound of a tree being knocked over.
Right. I'm gonna, as quietly as I can, without turning from it, go towards the cabin.
Dum 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 dum.
Yeah, backtrack.
Back up, back up.
There was a small statue that's definitely racist of an elf with a red hat that you crush under your foot as you're walking backwards. It's made of porcelain. It seems to be fishing, which is just dumb because there's no water for it to fish in.
It needed to be smashed, clearly.
Clearly.
You look down, expecting to feel regret, but there was none.
All right.
Well, down in the basement, Valeth is going to like wrinkle her eyebrows a little bit, like she's deep in thought, and then she's going to say, "There's a reason why Tussily doesn't want to be here. I think these are her parents."
Oh. Okay.
So, the defeated king was her father?
So she's royalty, basically.
Well, whoever's, I think, well, the mage was her father, possibly? Because it was a man I took the staff from, right?
There's probably something else I should tell you.
Yeah.
On the staff,
Yeah.
there is a word carved into it. Drebin.
Drebin. Right, so Drebin was his name, and then I think the lady sitting opposite him on the table might have been Thessaly's mother. I heard something when I touched the staff. Something happened, and I could swear that's what I heard.
So Thessaly is pretty old.
Well, she might be very old, or she might be a descendant of another Thessaly. Whichever it is, she's probably the last remaining, heir of Brandel, possibly, or maybe these were just Brandel's servants. I don't know. I mean, what did you find, Thann? Who's that over there? Do you know?
I think this is Brandel.
So maybe these were his servants?
Perhaps.
Or his
it
son
says here,
or daughter?
It says here, I am waiting to die. Nothing is more tiring or relaxing. I have retired from my endeavor against the Orlesian oppression. My daughter will take on the fight. My presence will be a burden on her legitimacy. I am, after all, the defeated, the failure. The isle I have landed is largely uninhabited. Still, I like the stillness. Drebin and Hearth have found new energy in their task, though I tell them to relax. Their work now merely includes keeping me company in my final days. For the first time in my life, I feel content. The failures cannot reach me here.
Yes, so Thessaly isn't of Brandel's blood then. I think these were his servants that kept him company in his final days.
Maybe.
That's...
So it would seem. Dunk. Dunk.
I guess you can hear from above, like...
There's this earth brick that's the thing just starting to crumble down. As
and I guess you can hear, guys, where are you guys?
What?
It's urgent.
We're here, downstairs.
There's something big, red, lurking outside in the forest.
Right. Well,
We should
Thessaly
probably
did
not linger.
Thessaly did mention walking trees, but there is a perimeter of magic safeguarding this place.
I would not count on it.
Well, we should at least wait and see and not run into the forest unprotected blindly.
Well, you might want to
I'm
get
gonna
out.
go and wake up
Adar.
Adar.
Yes.
Sounds like a plan.
would you like to obligatorily loot the room?
Yeah.
Well, you know what you get.
Yeah, I get the staff.
Yeah.
Is there something that looks like it might fit Thann? Because he doesn't have any weapons right now.
Funnily enough, the armor that's on the female is rather large. As described, she was not a woman to treat lightly. The armor in question is very old, but it's still serviceable. It's kept in relatively good nick. It could do with some lubrication, some oiling, and some scrubbing, but it will provide protection. It counts as chainmail. She's also got, next to her, a double-handed claymore-style sword.
He doesn't like fighting double-handed, but...
Sorry, did I say double-handed? I meant bastard sword. Shut up! I just forgot that... I forgot what...
Yeah.
Thann fights dual weapon.
Is there nothing more irritating? There is literally nothing more irritating when you find weapons that just don't fit your class. Right?
Yeah.
I hate Diablo 2 for that.
I can't do two-handed. He's not very good at that. But
You need to get you someone who can do both. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry.
he picks up the weapon but leaves the armor. He won't desecrate the dead.
Okay. You do it in Skyrim. Just saying. Yeah, on the mage, by the way, you see 3 throwing daggers.
Oh. in the mage?
Yeah.
Put into it?
His the other woman killed him, obviously. No, they're on like a belt for easy access.
Then I'm taking the belt. Is there any pouches on these people?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take the pouches.
Yeah, take the pouches.
Put them on me so I can put all my gold in the pouches.
Yeah, you found the lost treasure of Brandel the Defeated.
Because right now I'm just standing there with gold pieces in my hands, like, where should I put it? All right, just down here. All right. Yeah.
That was very detailed inventory.
Very feral.
That was oh so feral.
And if you question it, she will just overlook your gaze, like quizzically eyes and quizzically faces. And she will just not.
Just shrug.
Yeah.
Not even that.
Oh no. I mean, Valeth will like shoot you a glance, like, oh, it's feral being feral, and then she'll just, investigate the staff and hurry upstairs.
Thann, however, will go like,
Really?
You've got a staff called Drebin's Light.
Okay, cool.
Which essentially is a normal staff. You can use 1 mana to illuminate the room for an indefinite period of time.
Mm-hmm.
And it also gives you +1 to spell checks.
Okay.
Because there should be a reason for using a staff.
Except for awesome glowness.
Mm-hmm.
Wheel. Very Gandalf. Much
Very
Gandalf.
Gandalf. Awesome Gandalf stuff.
I do like the fact that in Dragon Age Origins, if you're a mage, you just unequip the staff. You just do that.
+1 to spell checks?
1, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're rolling to try and get a spell off, it's +1.
I heard placenta spell checks.
Ooh, no.
No, definitely not.
Technically, that'd be blood. No, we're not going down
no,
that.
let's
We're
not.
talking about
Let's
that.
not.
We're
Nope.
moving swiftly on.
Cool. I have a staff. Yay!
Hooray.
It glows.
Wait, is the woman wearing the armor still?
Yes.
Yeah, no, then he doesn't take it.
Okay.
He's not gonna take stuff off like a dead person, a corpse.
I would.
am.
Yeah.
That's what basically, like, if that guy is sitting like this on a chair, Firil will just like. There you go, and put
We need to get Wheelrise to draw
Thann
that.
would not.
That's your Inktober. That's right there. We need to get a drawing of Firil pulling the armor off a corpse.
I need that as like a clip.
Yes.
Animated clip.
Hashtag loot the room.
Oh,
That's a
here we
gif.
go. It's on the stream now.
Yep. It's beautiful. It's
Hashtag
beautiful.
loot the room.
It is.
Okay,
Wow.
so we head upstairs, I guess.
Yes.
I'm very, very, very happy with myself, and we have proven that there's no ghosts here. It's just water dripping and wind catching it, so it sounds like whistling.
Just for flavor, you guys, I'm just picking up by the hand.
Pulling us out of the hole.
Yeah.
Allow me
Not
to
me.
help you up, Crunch. Crunch. Everyone.
Ow!
Thann probably just grabs the fist and goes like, whoop.
Yeah, something like that.
Incidentally, you did find something, which was a map, but I'll get back to that in a second. Yeah, you guys get back up to the kitchen. There is a very thick fog outside now, and the back door's open still, and you can hear even from here that outside there is the sound of something walking, and there are trees being bent.
Like one thing walking or several?
Roll a hearing check.
I'm gonna close the door.
Yeah.
This is what we do to danger.
Yes.
So we
Not today.
can't see it.
Not
15.
today,
15.
Sid.
Going
Not
back to bed.
today.
15.
15.
15 too.
Adar! Get your ass out of bed!
I go
Thann
wake
is
him up.
already on his
Yeah.
way getting him.
It sounds like there is more than one.
It sounds like there's more than one!
And
Big!
Yeah, it probably is 3 times as big as I am, by the sound of it.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, but I've heard.
Yeah.
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 We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that depends if the ring protects us.
It might be that they're, but going around to see if they can find any weakness or way to destroy the wards.
We're gonna go and wake up Adar.
Thann is already on it.
Yeah, but she's gonna help. Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out.
You enter the bedroom. Adar has actually moved from the bed. He's now at a desk of some sort. And he's kind of half collapsed, half fallen asleep on the desk. And his hand's just lying with its palm up over a parchment that's been written. It's just one line. Red Seed. Name Operation. It begins here, ends in Ostwick. Leads dried up. Who is the liar? What is the liar? Appeared 2 months ago.
Huh.
Yank him over his head.
Adar,
No, Ma. No,
you
Mom.
need to wake up right now.
Ma, I just want to stay in bed a bit longer.
Then Firil comes in.
Um,
I'm not your mama.
Adar basically just picks him up,
Yep.
Yeah.
like by the shoulder seams and kind of like
Not the horns.
no, puts him up.
There's eyes snap open and he looks you in the face. And there's like this moment where he's looking at you. And he has like a sense of, you look at someone and they think you're someone else. You can just tell.
Yeah.
And then there's a moment of recognition and he realizes that you're not someone else. And he just pushes you back calmly. I'm up.
Good. Because something is coming.
Oh, good.
And it's knocking down trees.
Well, that's definitely narrowing the list.
And
Giants.
glowing red.
Oh, great. Bleeding trees.
What?
The locals call them bleeding trees.
And they are...
Essentially just red lyrium trees.
Oh, great.
Although there are some theories that say that they're inhabited by twisted spirits as well, demons. So
well, they're
it's,
headed this way.
hopefully the wards I put up will protect us, but
Hopefully.
well,
And if they don't...
then well, I hope you're good at running.
I have dots in that.
Me
Fourth wall
too.
breaking.
Could we hide in the basement?
Yeah. I suppose that definitely is a sound idea.
It won't help if they stay up here because we don't have air down there. We don't have a way out. We
That
can't
is
get
true.
trapped.
I mean, there is air down there, but
Yeah.
not a lot of food or another way out, at least not that we could see. But, I mean, if they are that big, the chances of us being able to run away are very small.
But the chances if we go down there is that we suffer the same fate as the people who's dead down there.
True. So what
Yeah.
do? Do we run now before they
run
get
now.
a chance to get
We
to get
should
close?
run now.
Fine. We have
Let's
horses,
pack up
right?
everything.
Don't we?
No.
Nope.
No? No, okay. Then, well, yes, let's grab what we can. Whatever food is done cooking, we should bring with us, and then we run.
Which direction? Where are we going?
I don't know.
Destiny
opposite
mentioned a
of them?
port.
The end?
North, yes.
That's the slave port that you guys were brought in on.
Well, do you have any better suggestions? Maybe we should find a fishing boat in a small village and just row for the shore of Ferelden and then try to find a boat from there?
No, the fishing boat won't make that journey. They call it the Sword Coast for a reason.
Something bigger then.
There's only 2 locations on this entire island which have boats of that size.
Fine, where?
One of them is back where we came from, the Den of Evil.
Yes.
And the other one is in the northwest, which is another Den of Evil.
Which is the lesser den of evil? I mean, clearly we have 2 choices. Let's make one and get the fuck out of here.
We do have another choice.
Which is...
That is packing.
Well, there is a ruin in the mountains that I think we should look at. And there's also Thessaly's hut down in the southeast.
And which would you prefer?
Oh, either or, really.
Well, at least there are no trees up in the mountains. What do you guys think? Ruins or Thessaly's hut?
I'm thinking mountains.
Sure, if you like bears.
I mean,
Oh yeah, I have
Food.
great experience with bears. But
Great.
that's a story for another time.
Yeah.
well, that's awesome because bears provide a lot of food.
Fine. Well,
And shelter.
mountains it is. Let's get out of here. Which direction are the mountains?
North.
Then north it is. Aren't you supposed to be the boss?
Honestly, I've been a bit of a lone wolf for a wee while. You're doing a better job than I am.
Whatever.
Whatever.
She just packs her things and makes sure that everyone has what they need, and she'll be the last one to leave.
Valeth,
Yes.
where did you get that staff from?
Oh, it was downstairs.
He looks around. Downstairs.
Yeah.
In the basement.
There's a basement?
Yes.
Yeah, with skeletons and books and
It
things.
belonged to someone called Drebin.
Ugh.
I found a really old Grey Warden book.
I think we found Brandel.
Yeah.
Who?
Brandel.
The defeated king of Ferelden.
Honestly, I'm not really up on Firil history.
Not important.
So he took his glasses. I'm just saying it.
Well, I gather he's not going to be needing them.
No, he was quite dead.
I'm not. Yeah.
Anyway, yes, this
I'm keeping watch out. Out.
it didn't seem like the former owner needed it anymore.
Right.
So let's leave, everyone. Come on.
Okay. I'll gather my things.
Drum is going up to Adarza. Do you want me to carry you?
I can walk. No, I can walk. I'm good. See if you can find any. See if you can take any of the meat that's been cooking.
So I can carry the entire thing if you want me to.
Walk around. I just see Drum carrying a cauldron.
Cauldron as a rucksack.
Well, we've not been cooking it in that, so that should be cold. But...
While everyone gets ready, I'm going to keep an eye out for the red bleeding trees, just so I know when they're getting too close for comfort, so we can...
You see slow moving lights just cutting through the fog slightly, moving around with the sounds. Every now and then you hear a sound of a...
But are they congregating in a certain place, or are they all around
They
us?
just seem to be all around, meandering.
Right. So they haven't they're not after us specifically.
No, they just seem to be
right
riled
now.
up. Yeah.
All right.
Why though?
I don't know. It's that time of day, I guess.
Well, I mean, if they're not currently attacking us or coming towards us, do we need to run? Is it necessary?
Not strictly, no. But we could... I don't know. I've never really seen them move this much before.
Right.
So
There might be
something's
something-
happened.
Something else might be approaching.
Right.
That riles
Fine.
them up.
Let's just go then. Are we ready? Have everyone packed?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure that our tracks are being covered. I'm gonna find something to cover our tracks with at
You
least.
still have the branch from the last time you did it. Remember, the ground is covered in that ash.
Yeah.
The dead foliage.
Lock the trapdoor.
Can I
Yeah.
find
Yeah, lock
some
the trapdoor.
things that similar to a big rucksack or something that I can stuff the meat in?
Yeah, there's a rather large haversack on the wall.
I'm going to stuff the meat
Yeah,
into it.
stuff them in that.
Put it
Cool.
on my back.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Should we burn the hut down?
No.
Now you
Let's just leave it.
literally
Okay.
have a meat bag.
Yeah.
You're literally carrying.
We might
a
need
meat
it later if we have a return here, or someone else might find it and need it. There's no point in destroying it.
Groovy. Adar walks to the front door. He takes, after a second thought, he takes one of the robe, the hooded
Yeah.
capes from the side and throws it on.
Valeth will do the same. She has no cloak, so
If
Yeah.
any one of you are
So-
good at keeping a lookout, you can sit on my shoulders to get a better overview.
I'm
Maybe we'll-
pretty good at that.
You can sit if you want.
I was thinking more like Firil would be a good candidate, but yeah.
Well, Thann has scouting.
Yeah.
Adar looks at you like almost like eye to eye. 'Cause he's a full-blown cosset. He's like, bitch, please. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that.
You'd be very visible. I'm just saying, because you're tall and you're tall.
Isn't there like really, really much fog?
Yeah.
So
We
It
won't be able
shouldn't
to see
matter.
much anyway.
Stay within a
Shouldn't
couple of
matter.
meters of each other, okay?
Yeah.
Don't make too much noise.
okay.
And you go.
Firil says okay, and she stealths and she's quiet as nothing.
You better be good at making sure you're sticking with the others because they don't.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm going to actually pick up some big sticks and like, so I look like a tree. Walking tree.
I love this. The golem ideas, you know. Cool. So you guys start heading north. The fog surrounds you quickly, and within moments you can't see the hut anymore. You suddenly get the sensation that the safety's gone.
Yeah.
The sounds of the squealing, breaking trees is slightly dimmed by the fact that it's foggy, but it's the only sound apart from your footfalls. And when you do hear the trees moving, it seems to be close and then away. It's very difficult to see if anything's nearby. However, you do get to see the faded, muted, glowing red lights. Presumably from the lyrium part of these creatures.
Yeah, also, I would sense them if they get too close, probably.
Oh yeah, roll for that.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
12?
Yeah.
You just get the sensation that it's everywhere.
All around.
It's all around. In the ground, it's in the trees, it's even the trees that aren't moving.
Yeah, it probably looks a bit queasy. Like, we need to get out of here.
Bit peaky.
Just a quick info. It's now 9 o'clock. We've been playing for approximately 2 hours. I was thinking, should we have a 5-10 minute break?
If people need to go to the bathroom and
I
whatever.
think we've been very good with regards to disappearing to the toilet and doing snacks, so this might be prudent to do that. I think this is a good point.
Yeah. So 5-10 minute break.
Yep.
We'll be back soon.
Yes. Go get yourself a cup of tea.
I have written here as concept goals and ties. Live up to my own, and then I don't know what it says, but it says slut. Live up to my own slut. I don't know what that means. I have probably not meant to write slut, but it says slut.
It's probably reputation or something.
Cash is glittery. It has glitters from my skirt.
Aw.
I'm gonna
No, it
write
says
up
slut. It does.
bag of halal
Need
meat.
to find the plug for this thing. Is this it?
I have a bag of halal meat and twigs.
I have 82 gold
You're the richest person on the island.
right now, yeah. And I have golden glasses.
You're looking pimping.
Can I wear them?
Yeah.
Do I see more?
No, they're the wrong prescription for you.
Everything is just more foggy.
So my equipment is as follow: cloak, twigs, bag of halal meat. That's my equipment.
Yeah.
Cloak with hood. Wearing that up. And a staff.
What did you call me? I'll end you, you dirtbag.
Dirt bag. Baby.
Back alley cats.
You'd think we'd been drinking. We have not.
Yeah.
I can assure you.
That's what I was gonna do. You guys always go over the line.
About what?
I have like a prep line. You guys always go over it.
Oh.
Oh, well, you could have taken some more time with the whole personal thing that Valeth and Firil was going to do.
It's up to you guys.
Mm.
It's like, no, you can't do that. You need to feel more. Have more feelings.
What?
What? What?
What?
What?
What in a butt?
Why do you always do that every single time?
Because it's fun.
It's fun, eh? Would you like some more fun?
I'm just sharing my very vast depth of humor.
What?
I mean, once we stop for the night, we can probably do that whole conversation we need to have.
Well, I don't know.
Do it while you walk.
Mm.
So, on account we might die in the next 5 minutes, we should talk.
Mm. Yeah, I was thinking about that actually as a good excuse. Like, so, in case we die tomorrow, which seems imminently plausible.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, da 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 da. Yeah, da 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 da. Wait, is that from Willow?
I don't know.
Da 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 da
I want to have.
I have no idea what Willow is.
What? It's the movie that Steven Spielberg did when they told him you couldn't do Tolkien. Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I
Lord of
want
Wings.
chocolate fudge
Mm. You should buy
or
chocolate fudge.
chocolate truffles.
Mm.
No, I should not, but I want it.
Mm.
Pew pew pew. Hey, see me? Hey. See me?
Fuck you, human.
Are you feeling better, Rik?
Food helps.
Mm.
Gee, thanks.
Oh.
Hey, can I ask you a favor?
Find a Kasumi.
Could you put the kettle on again?
Make this water that's on the thermos from
Love your eye makeup, by the way. It's very nice. Hey, Cash. Cash. Frozen. Relax. Benji, come here. Sunniva, come here. That's all right. Oh my!
Right now.
And that was my turn.
grooming
Oh.
Kasumi, and that's really rare. Because there must be an everywhere.
Big Papa's all grown up.
Yes, something, but there is food in front of it.
The most beautiful cat in the universe. Would you please look here?
Yeah.
If you are the most beautiful cat in the universe, look this way.
He
If
has
not, then you are acknowledging that you're ugly.
Scarjo.
No, I'm just kidding.
He has a finite amount of self-love.
There you
He
go.
just responds to Cash though. If you leave him enough, they go Cash, be like,
Hello, Kasumi.
come on, come on.
Run away!
Okay, I'm gonna
I need a pee.
just
Most likely food.
tiniest bit. All right. The sound's still on, isn't it?
Yes.
Yay! It is.
So I hope you guys watching are enjoying it. Because
We are.
We are.
As always.
this session has been a bit slow in the uptake.
Yeah, but I think
But-
we needed that also.
Yeah.
Because last time was a lot of action.
I sort of adjusted a little bit because I noticed that it was sometimes chopping off the top of Sunniva's head. So I figured, I'm just going to move it the tiniest little bit up. Just a teeny tiny little bit. Yes. Yes.
I'm used to not being in camera. At TorCon, I don't think I was in camera the whole thing.
Oh gosh.
Were you at the end? I was at the end of the
Yeah.
table.
No, you were not.
No. Oh no, that was Bonsai. TorCon was something else. No, you were far out on the end.
Yeah.
But I think you popped into the
No.
every once in a while.
Yeah, sometimes, but usually no. But I don't mind. It's fine.
At least people heard you.
Oh yeah. I don't usually care about those things.
A little bit more. There we go. Perfect. Oh gosh.
You can say that again.
I want coffee. Do you have more hot water?
Yes, it's on the. Oh, that reminds me, I want tea. I'm not sure if I'm enjoying this, but maybe I am. Too much handling. Sånn, litt. Så blir sånn, litt ned. Så ikke kaffen blir kald når jeg har det i melk. Ja. Det blir han kan du være ganske hard med. He likes it rough. He does. He does.
Fart.
It's not ripe yet. It is not ripe. Gotta wait a little bit.
I'm leaving that into the podcast for sure.
Spørs om hun tok det opp da når jeg sto der med den mikrofonen der.
It might still.
Spesielt siden vi var stille.
Ja.
Ja.
Mm.
I don't know. Hello.
Jeg har lyst til å lage studio. Fateful Fumble studio. Det har vært awesome.
It would have been awesome.
Litt sånn som de har på Critical Role.
Yeah.
Med mikrofoner fra taket og sånn.
That takes a lot of money.
Jopp.
Men ja, det hadde vært fint med et lite sted der man i hvert fall ikke trenger å rigge ned hver gang man er ferdig med en episode, liksom. Sånn, bare med en enkel backdrop og et bord og bare et fast oppsett som man kan skru av og på.
Bare kommer dit og ta en liten sånn check bare for å sjekke at alt funker. Så ready to go.
Jeg vet at Ola har lyst til å kjøpe inn litt mer sånn studioutstyr til å ha hjemme. Bare fordi han har bestemt seg for at han også vil lage flere videoer og ting. Så jeg regner med at julegavepenger og sånt blir godt å kjøpe studioutstyr. Which is nice. Slipper å kjøpe det alene.
Ikke sant? Det er ganske greit.
Tenkte jeg skulle bestille et ringlight fra Amazon eller noe sånt. De er ikke så dyre. De koster sånn $70 eller noe sånt. Så vi får se.
So I've been pondering on something.
Yeah.
Regards to the rule mechanics, I thought that I might steal something. To be fair, it wasn't really stolen. It's been done in a few places. Fate, D&D. You all have one thing which you can use if you want to, which is that you write down a flaw and a trait, like a positive thing and a bad thing. The idea is that whenever you're trying to make a roll which coincides with one of your character's personality traits, like if it's in defense of the innocent, or if it means you're going to get a profit, then you get a bonus to your dice roll. You get like you get a reroll or some shit. And likewise, if it goes on one of your character's flaws, like money over glory or something, and I'm trying to manipulate your character with one of my guys, it means there's a penalty, or I get a bonus. It's a very small addition, it's 2 lines. Would that work for you guys?
Depends.
It
I
really
kind of
does.
feel like it will put you in a box.
You think?
Yeah, it will lock your personality and not make you able to change.
That is true.
Yeah.
And it's really kind of like kicking out context.
Yeah.
Because there are many different things, situations.
Yeah. So,
I mean,
so
for another game it would work, like let's say for D&D, but for this, which is so roleplay heavy and like character arc heavy, I think it might just be a limiter.
Agreed.
But
I
I
think
think
it might get in the
it
way.
is a good idea, but then the flaws will have to change, and that will be a lot of work.
That would be.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw the idea out there.
Yeah.
Thank you for the feedback. I hate you all.
It's fine.
Shut up, you love us.
Especially you.
Are we ready?
We're just waiting for the kettle.
Oh my word, you're loud inside your bed.
That's
Oh,
my
Jesus
cheek.
Christ.
We have 30 minutes left after this.
Yeah.
Only 30 minutes?
Yes, only 30 minutes because we can only go until 10.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because people have to get home.
Oh, I thought we usually.
We usually only play for 3 hours.
Yeah, I know, but usually we play for like 10 or 10:15 or 10:30.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we go past 10, but 10 is like the
Yeah.
general limit.
Yeah, I know.
That's all. I mean, for my part, I could have kept going, but yeah,
Rick,
travel.
make sure that you use the that side, the left-hand side, when you go out, because you messed up the curtain again.
I'm Gus. I don't know what to do to this.
It's not so bad though.
Okie dokie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Step my toe. Oh no. Oh no. Step my toe.
We got the hot water.
Excellent.
Hot water.
And you got your tea?
I got the tea.
Let's get started then.
We got to get started.
Yes.
Let's go.
So, if you ever did dubbing for Dragon Age, would Zevran sound different?
He would be from Bergen.
Oh, shut
No, actually, no. He would be from like Kristiansand. Like, would you fix the?
Stavanger.
No, because no.
Olsen.
Eller han kunne snakke med en sånn fransk aksent. Det
I-
er sånn
I-
Laurent høres ut
I'm
som
thinking-
jeg ikke forstår.
I'm thinking sørlending because you know if you're a Norwegian southerner and you're charismatic when you talk, you can get away with anything because everyone you can't be mad at someone who speaks with a Kristiansand accent. You just can't because this is too nice. They're like,
I ran over your children. Tra-la-la-la-la-la.
Nå må det ge da.
men går det bra?
Nå må det ge da.
Du, Tonje, du driver og slår meg i hodet.
Right. And we are back in business.
I'm
You're,
not a cat.
You're wandering north, you think, through the foggy forest.
I'm just following a door.
Who is very quickly getting swallowed up by the fog. You can easily make out the 1.5 horns on his head.
I'm going to take that cue, basically, and just fall back a little bit from the door, and then ask, like, out into the air, like, Firil,
Yep.
are you here?
Yep.
Okay, I can't see you.
Can you give me a sign?
Just the other day we started a conversation that I think we should finish.
Which one?
I'm not sure where to start, but before this, the island and the torture and everything, things weren't going so well between us. And just in case we don't make it through this, just in case we die, which seems ever more likely, I just wanted to clear the air, so to speak. And I wondered if you had anything you wanted to get off your chest.
I don't have anything against you, if that is what you mean.
That's kind of what I mean. You might not have anything against me, but I have gotten the feeling as time has gone by that you don't necessarily like me either.
Well, touche.
What does that mean?
What did you do after Ness died? You left me alone. It was supposed to be me, you, and Ness. We were a family, and you just left us.
Valeth looks like she's about to say something contrary for a second, and then she swallows her words and says, "You're right. I did leave you."
And it's fine. It's fine.
Caffeine.
Follow your heart. It's fine. I know.
No,
where you're...
no, but it's not fine. As you said, we were supposed to be a family. It was supposed to be the three of us. And then when Ness died, I didn't know what to do with myself. I didn't know what to feel. And I didn't know what you were feeling. And you just kind of drew inside of yourself. And I went running to Gath because that was safe. And I still don't know what to do. I miss him so much.
Yeah. Kath or Ness?
Ness. I mean, I miss Keth too. I wish he were here. I wish this never happened. I wish we could all be back home. But I miss what the three of us used to be. And I miss you. Because it feels like I've lost you.
Truth be told, I don't know what you mean about that because you don't really know me at all.
No one does. But I
Yep.
still...
You never asked either.
Well, we tried in the beginning, but you would never speak, so I figured I would wait until you were ready to speak. So now I'll ask, who are you? And what can I do to make things right?
there's nothing really that you can do to make things right. But what I can say is that I am worried. For the first time in my life, I'm worried. I've never really not been in control before, and this is the first time I don't know where I'm going, and the first time I'm scared. I'm scared that something I have done in the past might have come to haunt us here and might, come after you guys.
Well, we don't know. We won't know what that is until you tell us.
I
You
don't.
realize that. If you want us to know you, if you want us to be closer, if you want us to have a relationship, you have to open up. You have to talk to me. Or Gaffy. Anyone.
Well,
Just let us in.
I can't. You'll just end up dead as everyone else has done. Ness died.
I might be dead tomorrow. I don't care. I just want you to be a part of my life and to be someone that I can trust. And for me to be someone that you can trust. And I know I've made that hard with leaving you behind, with turning out to be someone completely other than we thought I was. I don't even know if I can trust myself anymore, but I need you to talk.
I can't. I can't do that, but I can leave you with this. I know that something from my past is going to haunt us at some point, and it has already started. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means, but I think Bernard knows who I am, and that concerns me a lot.
Well,
And
if you're not ready to tell us about your past and your life, that's fine. I just hope that someday you will. And until then, I'll be waiting and I'll have your back. And if your past comes back to haunt us, we'll face it together. I won't go running away. I'll be here, and Keth will be here, and Gaffy will be here, and Thann will be here. We'll hopefully all be here if we can just get off this blasted island and get back home.
yeah, I know.
And I just want things to be more like they were,
They will probably
but not
never,
exactly
but
the same either.
no.
So are we okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know. I'm just, as I said, worried. I'm fine.
I'm always worried. But if you at least decide to talk to someone, it doesn't have to be me, but just, I wish you would open up to someone at some point.
I don't think I can do that.
That's okay. I guess we should catch up to the rest.
Yeah.
Roll navigation.
All of us, or
Oh, just these two.
Navigation, that's cunning.
Cunning?
Yep.
Oh no. Hell no, we're lost.
4,
Well,
6,
Thann
7, 8,
would
9.
not allow them to get lost.
I knew you'd say that, but here's the thing. She went stealth mode, so roll perception.
Yeah, 9.
We're loud though.
Fair enough. Right, roll perception. Hearing.
Yeah, I rolled a 9.
I roll a 10. We're so lost.
16?
16? You're near them, but you can't find them.
So it's a fail.
Oh.
It's a fail with hope.
Oh no.
Okay, because I can re-roll fails. No, sorry, it's a seeing. Never mind.
Where are the others?
I don't know.
Or is it seeing or
Hearing.
hearing? Yeah. Then
Because they're loud, remember?
yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna shout, Marco!
Really?
Should I, before you do that, I'm like,
Polo?
can we, should we call for them? I mean, what if the trees hear us?
Firil?
I'm following the sound.
You can actually hear him.
Yeah.
It's just, it echoes everywhere in the fog.
I have 20 on perception of hearing, so I should be able to spot where it comes from.
Yeah, it's that away.
Then we go that away.
Cool.
Follow the voice.
Let's see if you actually spot each other as you pass. Roll perception, both of you.
Oh Jesus!
Seeing?
So they can't hear my.
Oh hell no!
No.
9.
16.
14.
14. Thankfully, Valeth is here to help.
I got
You-
16.
Of course.
I know. It's just
Just say it.
Firil goes past, and then Valeth just
Yeah, there he is.
the half breed comes out of the fog.
Thank goodness.
No need for calling names.
You know, in the first season, I called the elves knife ears. That was
Yeah.
weird. Don't call me knife ears. It's really hurts my feelings. Sorry.
We called everyone Shems anyway,
That's
so
true.
it's fine.
It was shems. There was a lot of shems that year.
Yeah. Well, right. So keep.
Don't
So,
stray too far.
Drum.
Mhm.
Do you want to lose the group, or do you want to lose
What?
Adar in the fog?
I'll track him.
I guess I'll lose
There's
Adar
solutions to
then,
everything, don't you?
because Adar has instructed me to keep an eye on those.
As the group gets spread out in the fog, you lose track of the Hawthorn and follow these. You basically just wait, and then eventually you just bump into them because they're heading in the same direction. You want to start tracking Adar?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Where did he go?
Where do we go?
From here.
18.
18. Nice. Yeah, you find tracks.
He's a scout.
The you see Thann take a knee, start poking at the earth, and then just walking along as if preternaturally knowing which way to go.
Well, at least someone knows where we're going. That's good. I have no idea where we are.
I don't know where we're going, but I know where Adar has been going.
Well, hopefully he knows where that is.
There's a rustle of trees near you, and suddenly there's this creature which is very close. You don't know how it snuck up on you, but it did. What do you do?
Run!
What kind of creature? Does it look like a humanoid or a?
It's around the size of a great oak.
Oh shit!
Very large
Okay.
tree.
Detect Redlarian?
You can, yes.
Can you? How does the memory spell work? Can you place a false memory for someone?
I can make people recall something, or I can make them forget something, but I can't plant false memories.
Does this
You
creature look like the Sylvan we met? Does it resemble the Sylvan?
It does,
thing?
but it's much, much bigger.
I rolled a 15.
15? This thing is red lyrium.
Oh shit!
All right.
It is,
Yeah, no.
yeah.
Let's we should run. There's the lyrium tree. Just run.
Hell yeah!
I pick up Firil.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, kind of like throwing her on my back.
I
Oops.
think I'm better at running than Valeth, but okay.
No time to
I
think
really
about that
didn't
right
think
now.
What's your speed?
Better than yours, he can teach you.
16.
Okay, then yeah. Then I probably carry Valeth
Mm.
if her speed is slower.
And I have dots and running.
But would you know that?
Nah.
This is such a chibi moment, though. You pick up Firil, and Firil's like, no!
I can run myself!
Wrong elf!
Actually, he just does pick her up as like, I'm
Yeah.
not losing you again.
Yeah, it would make more sense for him to pick up Firil.
Yeah.
It does.
Cool.
Yep, okay.
Roll running. Is the statue running?
No, he's just like, yeah, of course he's running.
Dum-da-da-da-dum-da-dum.
No, I'm just gonna throw myself
14.
at its feet.
14?
Kidding.
13, 14, 15, 16. Huh? I rolled really well. I rolled double and it's a 16.
Nice.
Yeah, double two.
The second you start running, you hear a sniffing sound, which is really high up. The silhouettes in the fog of branches which seem to be preternatural, almost tendril-like, feeling above you, and you start running, and then you hear the sound of thunder as the tree runs after you,
Oh, crap.
but it's slow. It can't keep up. So after a few minutes of just running hard, you lose them. You lose it, but you may lose each other.
Yeah.
Now, you've been running north though. So you can actually start seeing the end of the forest.
I'm telling Valeth to hold on to the end of my cloak.
Cool. But you still have to. You're gonna get like a re-roll to it, but that's still gonna be a problem. If you've ever ran through fog, it's a pain in the ass.
What's everyone's running speed?
13. And you're 13.
Yeah, it's 13.
Mine is 8.
Mine is 16, so
This thing is 6.
the
I know.
fastest
Yeah,
person
but
is
They are
Yeah,
outrunning me.
but that means that you'll not lose us.
yeah.
We won't lose you.
True.
Feril's like running away, and then she's running back, and she's like, "Hey,
I'm
okay."
also trying to keep.
I'm on his shoulder. I'm
Yeah,
just
he's
like
carrying
It's
her.
like,
Yeah.
this is so
I'm
crap.
also trying to keep an eye on the tracks.
Okay. So several things are
So-
happening here. Let's see how we go. First off, navigation.
All of us?
Well,
Alright.
Thann's gonna have to roll tracking, and the rest of you are following Thann. You're on his shoulder, so you don't have to roll shit.
I can roll navigation because I can still tell him where to go. Is that cunning?
Yes. What happens when I try and speak and yawn at the same time? 18
on tracking.
Yeah, you see. I see everything.
14.
14.
For navigation.
Well, you're on my back. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Would you please get off my back? You put me there.
No, I'm sitting on your shoulders and I'm
Yeah.
dragging your ears in which direction you should
Probably
go.
his horns.
That's an 8.
What?
Steering
That's an
horns.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I rolled 2 2s? No,
Two
2
twos?
1s actually.
2 1s. Excellent. How'd you guys do? You're
So-
fine. You're fine.
13.
13.
She's holding on to his cloak though.
Okay, you can't say.
No, but we said
I
that
did
a long
say
time
that.
ago.
I know. It's just there's also the matter of whether it happened, whether she heard you, whether she could catch up, grab onto your thing without losing any speed, and then running. There's a lot going on there.
Okay.
Okay, we're losing Valeth though.
But-
That's not
Just
good.
it's been my entire mission to try and kill Valeth. Yeah, you know this. We all know this. But no, in all sincerity, we need to do one check to see if you communicate that correctly.
If I hear him.
That's like 3 rounds ago though. Before we started rolling.
Well, you said it after we started running.
Yes.
And after you had picked up Firil and we started running. And then you said, grab my cloak. And then we rolled for navigation.
Yes.
So that's how that happened. So it's GM's choice.
Yep.
I don't mind if I don't make it.
I'm gonna let the dice decide.
Mhm.
So
Roll
the
for
question is, do you
communication.
want to try and roll communication, and then you're gonna roll your hearing?
Sure.
Oh. 17.
17's pretty good. Your ears are twitching.
15.
Cool. Message is received and understood. If it wasn't for the fact that you were holding on to Thann the man's cloak, Thann
Yeah.
seems to have basically solved all the problems at once.
Yes.
Not only is he tracking the person you're looking for, not only is he picking up Firil and keeping him safe, but he's also instructing you on how not to get lost.
Mhm.
The only person he doesn't give 2 flying fucks about is Mr. Pebble over here. Thankfully, he basically doesn't seem to care either. He's like, I'll get to you eventually, I can live forever, who fucking cares?
Yeah.
I'll find you.
It's like that droid in
The Douglas
it's like
Adams thing.
no, it's like if this ship explodes, we're all gonna die, and the droid's like, I'm not.
Yeah, we'll just be thrown out into the cold vastness of space and die of suffocate. He's like, I wouldn't. I don't need to breathe. I'll be fine. I love
Yeah.
that droid.
So we run.
You run, and you
run,
make
to-do,
it
run, run.
out of the forest.
Yay!
The fog thins out, and you are standing before a rather slight esplanade or a plain, which cuts up into. I would call it a mountain, but it feels more like a gigantic stab of slate has erupted out of the ground, almost like a shark's fin. Bang.
So Pride Rock.
As if you don't know, Sunniva here has a thing for the Lion King, and Ingrid feeds her.
Hi.
Yeah.
You guys are trash.
Yes.
Eventually, drums comes out of the forest.
We have 10 minutes left, guys. Just saying.
10 minutes.
Let's go.
Just enough time to get them all killed. Actually, what I will throw you is this. One of the trees, as you're exiting the forest, follows you out and then stops. You get to see this thing clearly. And it's a tree with a mouth. The actual bark of the face is erupted outwards so that you can see blood just falling out of its front. You assume it's blood because it certainly looks like it. Yes?
Can I try to throw a rock into its mouth?
Sure.
But it would be a pebble to you.
Yeah, well,
You just take a bit of yourself.
I'm just gonna do like stone throw, 3d6.
Sure, go for it.
Yes, let's
But I
aggravate
don't
the tree.
I don't know what to add to it, so it's like plus strength, right? Okay, so that is
I'm never gonna learn, am I?
plus 5 at 18 to hit.
It's not exactly a hard target.
Yes, and then it's 1d6 plus 2 damage. 3.
Look,
It's a sturdy tree.
It was a small rock.
Drum slams his hands into the ground, almost searching for a second before yanking heavily this large rock out of the ground. This rock in his hands looks like a small cat. Compared to you guys, though, it's more like a person. Raising it above his head, ignoring all of the dirt and detritus falling from it, throws it like almost 50 feet across this plain, smashing against the giant tree in the face. Bark splinters everywhere. What looks like gore and meat gets revealed underneath the bark, and of course, red crystal, which you notice it's sporing off. Like
Don't do that.
blossom.
Don't do that.
It staggers backwards a few times, and then just seems to freeze there for a second before making the conscious decision that this was a bad idea. Turns around and goes back slowly into the forest.
it's like, nope.
There's this awkward moment where the golem the golem is basically still standing there like that, going just after the throw.
That is seriously disturbing. Not the throw, I mean the fact that the trees are animated and full of red crystals, and I think that when they are crushed, they spread the sickness. That's what it looks like.
I'm glad you made it.
Oh, there you are.
You turn around and Adar is sitting on a rock. It looks like one of his wounds has opened up, so he's been bandaging it.
Seriously, you.
Can I do quick
Valeth-
healing? Oh, no,
Valeth
you
can do it. She
I
just
don't need to.
roll a healing
Do
chest.
your mana.
Yeah, the
there's
target is 12.
There's a crow perched on his shoulder.
What have you guys been up to?
They look at each other.
And you can see Firil kind of like,
Wink,
been
wonk.
plenty of time. You know.
He turns to the crow, and just as he says, "What did you tell them?" the crow goes,
He gets 15 hit points back.
15 hit points. Thank you very much. Cool. He gets up. Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
I can't always rely on you to be here to do that,
No,
can
you can't. But right now I am, so let's
I? All right.
do what we can.
So we're gonna head up to the Elven Ruins in the peak here. It's called Two Wolves Peak or something. The map isn't very good, the one I have. But word is that's where a lot of the refugees have been going.
Oh yeah, I found a map. I'd forgotten about it because of everything that happened, but
Just takes it, opens it up. Where did you find this?
in the basement.
Oh yeah, the one that doesn't exist.
It does exist.
I believe you. I just didn't find it myself.
You're a bad researcher, that's why.
Anyway,
Shots fired.
what's it a map of?
Well, if my archaic Ferelden is correct, This is a map to the actual ruin and how to get entrance.
Well, that's useful.
It depends. Do you happen to be looking for something which apparently closes fade rifts?
We weren't, but that sounds interesting.
And very useful.
This could be what we've been looking for.
What have we been looking for?
A way to make sure that the Inquisitor doesn't have to be everywhere at once.
Right. Well, that's useful, yes.
What the hell else are we gonna do? Come on.
Yeah. How does it...
Eat.
Where... how do we get in?
Oh, we first have to go once up to the mountain. First we go up here. And then we'll see about getting in.
All right.
Can we, like,
Food?
eat?
Yes.
I have food.
It's just this squidge. this head that's been skinned.
Meat sauce
goes
dripping from it.
Yeah.
It's prepared for me.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cooked. It's a cooked
It's
head.
cooked. So, yes. It doesn't seem like the trees want to exit the forest, so
I chased it away with a rock,
but it stopped before that, sweetie.
but it turned
You
away.
called it. Okay.
What?
Let's just move a little bit further away
Yes.
from the edge of the
Let's.
forest and then make a quick camp and eat and then continue.
I know a cave just further up here.
Perfect.
Ugh. I hope they're having a better time of it in Ostwick. Boom! And that's where we're
I
going to finish
have
it.
a question.
Oh, why'd you always do this? Go on.
You said there were more in your group.
Yes.
How are you going to get them here?
We're not getting them here. We're
But
leaving
you were
here.
talking about making a new headquarter?
I was talking about making a new headquarter.
Headquarter.
Quarter?
A headquarter.
Oh,
It was probably in Ostwick. A new headquarters in Ostwick.
yeah.
Then what's about this ruin?
We're checking it out.
We're looting the
Why?
place.
We might find something useful there.
Originally, I wanted to go there because that's where all of the freer people have been heading. The Red Templars have been taking over the whole island, and that's where the survivors have been.
And we need help to get off this island.
So if there are refugees up there, they might be able to help us. And now this map, according to Adar, tells us that there might be something powerful hidden in the ruins that might aid the cause of the Inquisition. So we have double reason to head there now. And after that, we will be leaving this island.
Are you questioning things?
It appears I am. I don't know. Why?
No, I'm just I'm impressed. You've come a long way.
You mean his personality is developing?
Oh hell no, he's still a cardboard cutout, but he's questioning things, as in he's getting free will.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
Oh.
developing.
Because Drum's not a nice person.
He's not.
No,
He's not a person.
He doesn't mean bad things. It's just he doesn't understand flesh.
Okay.
Oh, that makes two of us, but you know, that's beside the point.
Just don't try and ask him for a handshake. Is all I'm saying. Okay.
All right. We are fragile. He is
Noted.
not. We get it.
Noted.
Noted.
Yeah, I hope. But as you said, I hope the others are doing well.
We're gonna find out in 3 weeks' time.
Mm.
Thank you very much, everyone. That was cool. I had a fight worked out ready for you, but you kept bloody running.
We weren't ready for a
We
fight.
have tried to fight a tree before, and it did not end well.
It ended semi-well.
No.
It ended.
People survived.
Ness had a bulky armor. He got flung around like Hulk and Loki.
Yeah, that was true. Without Nesta, you would have died.
Yeah.
Well, without her,
I
We
mean, I
would've died.
ended that fight. I used my memory spell to make him forget that we ever came into that room, and then we ran.
That's right.
yeah, because we didn't stand a chance.
Very useful.
Yeah.
That's because of Esme as well.
What
You
about
say
Esme?
well. You say that. No, Estra. Sorry.
Mm.
You say that you can't change someone's memories. sure about that.
Oh, Valeth can't,
Yeah.
as far as she knows.
Or she knows.
So,
Or she remembers.
shall we wrap this live stream up?
Yes. So thank you for watching, everyone. We will be back in approximately 3 weeks' time because, you know, Rik has a
Life.
birthday.
I'm getting older.
Yeah. Uh, and in the meantime, we will be rolling out a new podcast episodes. The Kestrels on the 18th and Chicago by Night on the 1st and 15th of every month. And if you like us, follow us on social media. We are Fateful Fumble on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and on Facebook. We also have a fan group. So if you search for Fateful Fumble fan group on Facebook, you'll find us. And yeah.
Is this the next episode?
We have merchandise. You can get the arterial spray T-shirt or
The Fateful Fumble hoodie.
loads really. On is it Teespring?
Teespring.com/fatefulfumble.
But the next episode is back in Ostwick, technically, because we're going to be having a guest playing her own character, playing Kaida, and it's going to be involving elves and dragons.
Oh, we're looking forward to that.
It's gonna be
For sure.
amazing.
It's gonna be great.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's the end. See you later.
See ya.
Stay faithful.
Stay faithful.
Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Kill it! Kill the channel!